Yo,
Welcome to Tiger Stadium in Eufaula, Alabama on a beautiful night for football. Maybe just a tad bit warm, but homecoming 2023. The field looks in excellent condition as it always does. Dunston's Lawn Service does a great job on the field. The coaches do a great job. Of course, the robotic painter painting the lines. But the numbers tonight, red numerals on the field. They have EHS in both end zones, and just a beautiful setting for a high school football game tonight for homecoming 2023. And it's a homecoming in more than one way. Is for the first time since leaving the Russ Probst will bring the Pell City Panthers back into Tiger Stadium tonight. Of course, the Tigers victorious last year up in Pell City. Steve Mass, the coach, last year at Pell City, but the Tigers 54-35 victory on the road at Pell City. And they overcame a lot of adversity last year, Doug, as Tigers penalized 92 yards in the first half alone. The Tigers had over 300 yards of offense in the first half and put up 30 points while holding Pell City to under 100 yards of offense in the first half. But Pell City, a couple of questionable plays. They were able to keep the ball game relatively close, but the Tigers ultimately pulled away for that 19-point victory. We're about to have – we'll pause for just a moment while we have a prayer.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
with the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium and the Brown He and Air broadcast booth high atop Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers are counting down to kickoff between the Eufaula High School Tigers and the Pell City Panthers. They made that 165-mile trek down to Eufaula to take on the Tigers for homecoming. The Tigers kind of returned the favor. It was homecoming last year for Pell City when the Tigers made their way up there tonight. The Tigers have homecoming of their own, and of course, Pell City with an off week last week, so they had an off week to prepare for the Tigers. They come into this game 1-3 on the season, but they did win their last game. They played 2 close games, actually 3 close games this year. They're 1-2 in those close games, and they lost in a lopsided way to Clay Chalkville. But Doug, after watching that Clay Chalkville and Thompson game last night, I have a newfound respect for Clay Chalkville as they took down Thompson at Thompson. Thompson nationally ranked number 17. The 4-time defending 7A champion. And Clay Chalkville defeated them in impressive fashion last night. They put up 46 points against Pell City, and last night they scored 36 points against Thompson on the road. So a tough schedule Pell City has played. They lost by 4 to Moody to start the season. They lost by 7 to Leeds. Of course, it was a lopsided loss, 46-7 to Clay Chalkville. But then they came back and defeated Center Point 24-16 2 weeks ago, off last week, and they come to Eufaula tonight. So a much improved Pell City team, even though they only have 1 victory. They were winless when the Tigers played them last year, but we got an inspired effort from them last year, as they did put up 35 points against Eufaula last year in that game. But they're on the road tonight in Eufaula. You hope some of the things that took place up there don't happen here tonight.
Exactly. And while we have a moment, let's talk about our Mid-South Bank kickoff. If you're just joining us, make sure to go to the comments. Tonight's a special night as far as the kickoff special. Mid-South Bank and Eufaula Tiger football broadcast is going to make it interesting for the Tigers all night long. If the Tigers receive the opening kickoff or the kickoff to start the second half, and you go in there and comment under the comments, Mid-South Bank, you're eligible to for $100 cash from Mid-South Bank if the Tigers return the kickoff for a touchdown on the opening half, whichever half we receive. If tonight only, if the Tigers return any kickoff for a touchdown, run it all the way back, you get $25. You're in the drawing for $25 if you have your name in the comments, put Mid-South Bank, comment Mid-South Bank, and you are eligible. So be sure to go on there and do that. It has to be, you have to have it on there before the kickoff actually takes place. Also, you know, this is out of region again. Seems like we've said that a lot this year. But tonight, looking around the region, we know Carroll's going to be here watching tonight as they're off. They lost to Navarre last week, but played them tough, actually. But we'll, I think, next week travel to Carroll.
That's right.
But they're off this week. They're tied with Eufaula in the region, both 3-2, 2-0 in the region. Headland is 3-1, 1-1 in the region. They did not play last week, but they're at Pike County tonight. Charles Henderson, impressive win last week. They're 2-2 on the year, 1-1 in the region. They went up and defeated Beauregard at Beauregard, 27-0. Beauregard was supposed to be one of the powerhouses coming into this year. Tonight they still have a tough game. They have St. James, which is ranked in 3A. I'll tell you what, they're getting ready for the coin toss. Let's go down to John Wayne as he's down there with the kids for the coin toss.
Yes, sir. Referees introduced themselves to the players, explaining a few rules to them, getting ready to toss the coin.
It's a big old and then watch.
Got a radio broadcast down here with us tonight. That's the tails. That's the heads. Showing them heads and tails. Pell City called tails. You've won the toss. It is heads. Tigers won the toss, and they deferred to the second half.
So the Tigers will be on defense to start. So right off the bat, Doug, we'll see the Pell City offense, the multiple formations. And Pell City last year, one of their biggest playmakers on offense last year for them was was Caleb Gross. He lined up at quarterback, was their starting quarterback all night. A good athlete at 6'1", 180 pounds. Well, this year he is listed as a quarterback / wide receiver. Plays a lot of wide receiver. They've got a new quarterback that is Nikita Getmanshuk. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Getmanshchuk, but he actually moved into that area from California. He's a junior, but he plays some quarterback, splits time with Gross. Also a playmaker for them that played for him last year is Marquise Bedford. He is a running back, a senior. And so that's your primary playmakers for them. And you know that we'll probably see them lined up all over the field tonight. So it'll be the Tiger defense with an opportunity to begin here tonight. Eufaula going to wear the all-red uniforms, as you've probably already seen on the camera. They'll be in the red pants, red shirts, white numerals, and red headgear. Pell City in the gold pants, white jerseys, black numerals, and black headgear. So
yeah, it's kind of ironic. He left here, went to Mobile, then he went to Hoover. They had a lot of black. Then he went to Colquitt. Their colors was gold, white, and black. And then Valdosta's gold, white, and black. And he winds up at Pell City, gold, white, and black.
Yeah, it is ironic. I was kind of thinking the same thing as they were running on the field. And they've got some very big players. They don't have, numbers-wise, they probably are similar to Eufaula. Not quite as many players as what you might expect with a 6A program, but they will have it on offense to begin with here.
That may be the traveling squad because I'm sure they left a few home as they spent the night in Auburn, and charter buses and hotel rooms. They probably limited the number that was allowed to come down here.
Yeah, possibly. So big night for Eufaula with it being homecoming. Tigers 3-2 coming into tonight's game. 2 region wins, 2-0, as Doug already mentioned, and region play a big region game next week with Carroll on the road. And, it's back-to-back weeks with teams that are coming off a bye week, Doug. But the Tigers took care of business last week. Last year, they beat Pell City coming off a bye week, and then they beat Carroll. Carroll was also coming off a bye week last year, but the game was here in Tiger Stadium, and Tigers had a lopsided win against Carroll last year here. So hopefully Tigers can duplicate that, but the difference this year is Carroll is 2-0 in region play, just like the Tigers, but one of their victories was against the front runner, Charles Henderson. So big game next week for Eufaula, but it is Wingate, Cooper Wingate with the ball on the tee, and he'll be kicking it away. Colquitt County, Pell City with their deep men standing between the 15 and 20-yard line, so they're prepared for a pooch kick here. It'll be interesting to see if Wingate kicks it where he normally does. He does, but a little bit shorter than normal. It's going to come down on a fair catch.
Oh.
And we hit the man who called for a fair catch. It'll give them excellent field position right off the bat out near midfield.
Yep. This is one of those games you can't make a lot of mistakes, and we start off with one there. It's going to give them the ball out close to midfield when it's all said and done. I didn't see him wave fair catch, but obviously our coaches did because they were getting on to him right away. So
he actually called for it pretty early. As soon as he saw where he was going to be the one that caught it, he called for the fair catch, and it's going to give them. Well, we actually caught a break there because he caught that. That's only a 10-yard penalty.
They only marked off 10. Well, but I'm sure they've with the week off they had before they came in here. They were off last week. We talked about Carroll being off this week before us. I'm sure they put in a few new wrinkles, and we'll see them right off the bat.
Gross will open at quarterback. Caleb Gross, the senior athlete, will be at quarterback. You will have motion back across the formation now. He reverses back around, so it's unbalanced to the right side, but they're going to hand it off in the backfield, and Eufaula with a good job bringing down Bedford. It was Simmons on the tackle for the Tigers, along with Shamarion Smith. No gain on that play. It was Marquise Bedford on the carry. It's a shotgun formation, a pair of backs, one to either side of the quarterback. Gross. Wide out to either side on the second down play. They'll hand it off to Bedford again. Bedford stuttering in the backfield. He's going to give ground, which is a mistake. He's going to lose yardage back to the 41-yard line. That's going to be a loss. Actually, they gave him a yard gain on the previous play, but that's going to lose 4. back to the 41-yard line. So 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. They've yet to put the ball in the air. Looks like they'll leave Gross in the game at quarterback. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He has 3 receivers in the pattern down there. He throws it complete, but he'll be short of his first down. They're going to spot him at the 50-yard line. That pass goes for 9 yards on the completion, but he's going to be a good 4 yards short of his first down. And it'll be interesting to see if they decide they're bringing everyone over to the sidelines. They're going to bring the punting team in, it appears.
That's right at midfield. The advantage they have there, it's on the hash mark right in front of their bench. So Tigers really don't have a lot of time to run somebody in and out. But Pell City is allowing, because they're huddling, they're allowing the Tigers to swap out. Tigers don't have a lot of faith. They got looks like a 5-4 line.
There's the kick from the 40-yard line. It's a nice, tight spiral that'll turn over and be fielded inside the 15 on a fair catch about the 14-yard line, where the Tigers will take over for their first offensive possession of the night. It is 10:48 on the clock in the first quarter.
6 games we're in this year. Have we started with decent field position yet?
For the first possession, I don't think so.
It seems like we're always backed up.
So the Tigers from the 14, 1st and 10. It'll be Anderson at quarterback. He'll be flanked by Red Harris. Harris with a big game last year up at Pell City. Had nearly 100 yards in the first half in that game. Pugh shifts over to the right. It'll be 2 receivers wide to the right. It'll be Harris sweeping the right side. He's going to turn upfield. He'll cross the 20, cross the 25. He'll get up to the 26-yard line. 7 quick yards for Red Harris, and a 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. Good start on the ground.
Yeah, it's nice to see us get outside on a larger school like that. Usually with more speed, you don't see the Tigers usually able to do that, but was able to there.
Big gap from the up on the front. Henderson is in the backfield, but a good job scrambling. He's going to pull it down. He's going to run it, but he's going to lose yardage. Man, he loses 6 yards. He should have just thrown that away that time. It's going to make it.
He lost a couple.
Yeah, third down 3. Didn't lose as much as I thought.
Would have been a good one to throw away, but a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So 3rd down now. I'll call it 4 yards to go for Eufaula. Harris flanked to the left. Pugh shifts over to the right. It'll be a handoff to Harris. Harris lowers his head, but he's going to come up about 2 yards short. The Tigers could have avoided the loss on 2nd down.
That's the difference in throwing it away and not throwing it away right there in that situation. So
Tigers bring in Pugh. If they go for it here on 4th and 1 from their own 23-yard line.
You got to remember Browning is the punter, so he'll shift back, I'm sure. He is getting a play from the sideline or acting like it. Maybe they're going to try to draw
Pell
him
City
offside.
played Chalkville, and that running attack for Clay Chalkville we saw last night was something else. But the Tigers are going to line up like they're going to go for it. Maybe they're trying to draw them off sides. No, they're going to take it. They're going to hand it off, toss, and we're not going to get it. That's going to give Pell City the football inside the 25-yard line as we lost a yard on that play.
Why not just make it easy for them? That's not what you want to see. I guess that you do that because it's not a region and not a classification game. You're trying to make something positive happen, but my goodness.
Picked up 7 yards on the first play from scrimmage, but then lost on the scramble. Picked up a couple yards on 3rd down and then lost a yard on 4th down. So the Tigers 0-1 on 4th down, but they gave Pell City, the Panthers, great field position here with 8:57 to go here in the first quarter in a scoreless game. Going to run the option. They give it to the first man through. He lowers his head. There's a late flag came in. We'll see what they call here. It came in from behind from the back judge.
They use their size to stop us on 4th down, and they're using their size there definitely to just power against the Tigers. Face mask going to be called against the Tigers. That'll be marked from the end of the run also.
Was that a 15-yard variety?
Well, it's going to be half the distance because it's inside the 20, so we'll see where they finally mark it. End of the run.
How far was that run? I missed that.
It was a 7-yard run. number 35.
So inside the 10, we'll call it the 7-yard line. Going to run the same play. They give it to the first man through. He's still on his feet, but running laterally. It's going to be a 2-yard gain to the 5.
Yeah, they're just using their size now. You can tell a lot of difference in the numbers in the school, and there's they got some big guys up front trying to take advantage. Eufaula immediately came out in a 5-man front that time. They kind of knew what was coming. Gross went under center immediately on this drive, and he remains under center here.
Second and goal from the 5-yard line. I formation behind the quarterback, Caleb Gross. One receiver split wide to the left, 6'4" receiver. They'll hand it off to the back. Nope. No, Gross keeps it. He's giving ground. Missed tackle in the backfield, but they run him out of bounds for a loss at the 10. Either way, if we could have made the tackle back, it could have been all the way back to the 15-yard line. But as it is, it's a loss of 6. It looks like they're going to spot him back at the 11, I think. It looks like the 11, so loss of 6 yards on that play.
They're going to go back to the spread now on a 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. It would be huge if the Tigers could hold them here. New quarterback.
Junior quarterback this time in. Can't pronounce his last name. He's going to look to throw. He throws it. Oh, interception. It was it was Jay Moss, I think. Yes, the middle linebacker dropped back in his drops. If he could have caught that, he could have been a 100-yard interception return for touchdown because it would have been a foot race, but there was no one off that left side.
Somebody would have had to come off the Pell City bench to make the tackle. There was nobody there.
Good stand for the Eufaula defense. A 7-yard gain on first down, then a face mask. Put them in a goal-to-go situation, but a good job by the Tigers to force this field goal attempt. It is Blackstone. We saw him last year, excellent kicker from just inside the left hash mark. It'll be a 36-yard, 37-yard attempt, and he kicks it almost on top of the concession stand from there. It is good. So 3-0 in favor of Pell City, but Doug, that's a win for the Tiger defense.
Yeah, that's considering where they started that drive and the personal foul face mask penalty, that the Tigers really held them to pretty much nothing there. So maybe we can get some good field position here and get a good start. Now, Pell City has shown all year they do corner kick, as Jarrell talked about on the coach's show last night. They do an excellent job of pinning you to one side of the field and sending everybody there. So their kickoff coverage is usually great. But if you got your name in the comments under Mid-South Bank and we return one here for a touchdown, this one would be worth the 25. So Charles is on top of that with the comments. So you got to have it in there before. And it's not just one thing tonight. It's every kickoff. So get your name in there and you'll be eligible for them all.
In the very unofficial early stats, Pell City has run 7 plays from scrimmage for 9 yards of offense total, positive so far. You followed 3 plays for 8 yards. They have a first down via penalty, but neither team has earned a first down yet. So it was an offensive affair last year. Eufaula scored all but one time. They had the ball last year in the first half. They failed to pick a first down last time. There's the kickoff. It's going to come down at the 5-yard line. It's going to be a return up the sideline. It's a good job by Zakai Steele. Steele breaks in the open field. He's still on his feet. He's going to spin down to the 38-yard line, I believe. But Steele was maybe the 39, but an excellent return of 34 yards that time by the junior, Zakai Steele.
Better get your name in there because somebody's going to win some money tonight. That was a good – and just a night when you're starting to feel like it's going to be a crazy night, homecoming. We look across, there's that harvest moon coming up, full moon. Folks, we may be in for a fun one tonight.
2 receivers split wide to the wide side right. Pugh LeCaviante shifts over to that side. 1 receiver to the left. Harris going to get it around the right end. He's turning the corner, and a good job. They're going to call holding on the outside man. He had engaged.
Through a flag.
He engaged. It was one of those situations where it was an effort penalty, but he stayed locked up with the receiver. Maybe a count or two too long.
Yeah, but his hands looked like they were on the inside.
They were on the inside.
I don't know what you're supposed to do if You can't do that. Now, because it's past the line of scrimmage, it'll be a spot foul. You'll get first down over again, but it's going to be first and about 16 or 17, somewhere in that range.
It'll be 16 yards to go, it looks like. So we'll give him 4 yards on the carry and then a minus 10 backwards. But unfortunately, that is 3 penalties against Eufaula, none against Pell City already tonight. There were 9 penalties against Eufaula in the first half last year. There's a pass wide intended for Zakai Steele, incomplete. That'll bring up second down and 16 yards to go. Eufaula still looking for their initial first down of the night. It's 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Pell City leads 3-0 after the Tigers went for it on fourth down from their own 23-yard line and were stymied. Second 16 from the Tiger 33-yard line. Anderson shotgun formation of 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. He's going to throw a quick pass intended for Antron Mitchell. The timing just not there. He threw it, try to lead. It was just a little, what we used to call a curl route. Mitchell sat down around the 40-yard line, and Anderson led him to the inside upfield, and he got his hands on it, but unable to come up with it. A little too hot.
Third time Anderson's dropped back tonight. I don't know. It just seems a little something off. His feet aren't set. Just a little antsy back there tonight. I don't know. You just got to settle down, make a good throw. We'll be fine.
Third down 16. They see a draw play here. No, the Tigers going to put it in the air again. Anderson's going to throw a screen, but there's Pell City, and good job by Harris catching the ball and getting what he could, but he's still going to be short of the original line of scrimmage. They'll pick up 5 yards on that reception, but it's going to be a punting situation, 4th and 11 for Eufaula, who's still looking for their initial first down of the night. It'll be Anderson dropping back to punt this. 6:36 and the clock rolling here in the first quarter. 3-0 Pell City.
10 men on the line of scrimmage for Pell City.
There's a snap. Anderson would kick it away. It's a end-over-end kick, but a good kick that's going to take the Pell City receiver back inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. So it'll be Pell City for their third possession of the night. 1st and 10 from the 27.
Let's see. Maybe we can get a stand here. We've held them a little bit, but, they've come out in a different look. Both times came out with a different quarterback in the passing situation. They come out under center one time. The first time it was shotgun. Looks like they're going to go back to the shotgun here, but they've got a different back in the backfield. He's going to go back up under center. Heavy set. Now he's going to shift.
From the 27-yard line is Caleb Gross, a senior quarterback, wide receiver, Bedgood. The running back is split out to the left side. He'll go in motion now. He will, they'll fake it to him. Gross to the middle of the line, and he'll pick up 3 yards to the 30-yard line.
A lot of this, they're coming out different.
Oh, man.
I don't know what the flag was for. I wasn't looking.
Foul on us. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
We're seeing an officiating crew that we haven't seen before here tonight, but all the flags against Eufaula here right off the bat.
Doug, it seems to me that for whatever reasons, Eufaula's playing tight. I mean, I don't know what it is, but offensively, you talked about being off on the timing on the passing, and we had the personal foul penalty on the first play of the game on the kickoff, and here we have another personal foul penalty. And we had a personal foul on the face mask on their field goal possession. So that's 3 personal foul penalties already against Eufaula, and we're in the first quarter.
First down out to the 45-yard line now. Officials have more yards than anybody else in this game up to this point.
Pell City with 12 yards of offense, but they have a bunch of yards and penalties. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to break tackles and run hard into Tiger territory. He'll take it to the 38-yard line. 17 yards on that carry. So that one carry picks up a first down and more yardage than they had on all their offensive plays combined up to that point. 5:57 the clock stop while they move the chains. They'll start it back in motion, but it'll be 1st and 10 for Pell City back in Eufaula territory, 38. Slot to the right. They're going to shift the back over now. Gross goes under center. He has one back in the backfield. It'll be that fullback. They'll hand it to him. The ball's on the ground, but it took a sudden hop right back up into the fullback's arms.
And he gained a yard.
And he picked up at least a yard. It looks like 2-yard gain on that play. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. They're going to check him out of the game after that.
Well,
but
you know, a lot of people are wondering why in the world are they running so many different sets and stuff. I promise you, Coach Probst has been around a long time. He's throwing those different sets to see how Eufaula lines up to them, and they'll attack them differently later on.
We talked about misalignment last night on the coaches show, and that's what he's trying to do is get the Tigers to line up wrong and get a chunk play. Gross, just a quick
whistle.
Yeah, they blow the whistle dead. There's time on the play clock.
They said motion against Pell City right here on the lower.
This
official.
will be the first penalty. This is the first penalty of the night on Pell City, and we're not saying that for anything other than they played fairly clean apparently to this point. Eufaula's penalties seem to be legitimate to this point, but it's been several penalties already against Eufaula.
Oh yeah, we're guilty. That's starting with opening kickoff, but you hate to see them.
47 yards of penalties already against Eufaula.
Under 5 minutes to go in the first.
Second and 13 now. Pell City will send motion. They're going to be unbalanced to the left. They're going to hand it back to the right to Bedgood, and Tigers are there, but he keeps his feet driving. He's going to pick up a positive play of 4 yards on that play. But that's a tendency for them so far. They did that earlier, and they ran it to the left side, but they went unbalanced with their receivers and their H-back, and they ran away from that.
Well, they're back in 3rd and long again when they were earlier. Quarterback threw it right to one of our defenders on a crossing route. We'll see what they do here.
They have the other quarterback in the game again, the junior quarterback.
Rush is over there talking to the official.
There's a flag.
He went up to that official that just threw the flag right before the snap and was telling him something. I don't know if we were lined up off sides, but, you know, we don't need his help. That's what the officials are out there for. If he can't see it, he don't need somebody else.
Oh, it's going to be motion on them.
Good deal. And I ain't sitting over there with his hands out like, what? See, he's talking to the same official now. He went up there and tried to be slick, but it didn't work. He's going to work those officials. That's going to make it. He's calling a timeout. There's a flag. He just got flagged by that official as he wants to talk to the head official, but good for him not putting up with none of that here tonight. He called a timeout. I tell you, let's keep it right here for a minute. Let's go down to John Wayne and find out if we're tight or what's going on the sideline. Take it away on the Benefield Heating and Cooling sideline report.
Hey, guys, I could hear him over here whining and crying about that flag. What's wrong with that flag? Umpire got tired of hearing it, threw the flag on him. He gave him the timeout, but he threw the flag on him. And like Keith said, all the flags on the Tigers tonight, they've all been legit. We're making mistakes. We got to come out of the ditch and start playing Tiger football. We can beat this team. Thank you, boys.
Yeah, I agree, John Wayne. Back in the Brown Hegan Air broadcast booth, you know, for whatever reasons, Doug, it just seems like Eufaula is just not playing loose at all, and they need to kind of relax and play football. It's homecoming. There's been a lot of distractions this week, off the field distractions and such, and the Tigers just need to settle down and play. I agree completely with John Wayne. We're not a talent deficit, and we played a tough schedule. I wouldn't venture to say we played as tough a schedule as Pell City, but we have played a very tough schedule. This is a battle-worn Tiger team, and
well, he's getting his money's worth. As the head official will walk away now, and call everybody back out.
They must have thrown that flag as a sideline warning because no yardage was marked off.
He was definitely on the field.
It'll be 3rd down and 14 yards to go.
He was getting his money's worth. You could have gave him a 10 cup. As much begging was going on out there, but I'm sure it'll pay dividends later on. But you know, penalty yardage, they're in good shape up to this point anyway.
So they have 3 backs in the backfield with the quarterback Gitman shook. Now Gross will go in motion. He will sit over to the right side. The passing quarterback gets it. It's going to be hit. He completes it, but the receiver falls down. The big pressure by Jaquavius Moss hitting the quarterback. It was a delayed blitz that time, and he got to him just as he released the football, but it caused a high throw. It was complete, but he fell down for no gain on the play. A complete pass for no gain. They'll bring up 4th down and 14. Actually, I believe it may have lost a yard. It's 4th and right at 15 yards to go. It'll be a punting situation, the second of the night for
playing field
Pell City.
Smart idea. Difference in this game, the 3 points came when Eufaula went for it deep in their own territory on 4th down.
There's a punt. It was a great one last time. Another spiral that will not turn over this time, but it takes a big roll. It hits Pell City. They should spot this ball. They are spotting it up, but it's going to be the Tigers of the football once again starting at their 14-yard line.
Still looking for initial first down of the night. The Tigers will come back out. Maybe they've settled down a little bit on the sideline. With 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go, it's 3-0 Pell City here at Tiger Stadium on homecoming night.
That was a 3-minute possession for Pell City, which surprisingly is the longest possession of the night for either team. 5 plays, 26 yards before their drive stalled out. Now Eufaula will come out 1st and 10 back on their side of the field at the 14. It'll be Anderson, the senior quarterback. He'll shift Pugh over to his right. He'll have Harris, the senior running back, beside of him. It'll be Harris. No, it'll be a pass to Pugh in the open field. The Tigers have their first down of the night. Pugh is up near midfield. He'll go down to the 48-yard line. But that's a 34-yard pass play on they faked it to Harris. I thought Harris had it. It was a good play fake by Anderson. He pulled it out, hit a senior tight end, Pugh, on the run, who took it extra. They're going to spot him. Yeah, the 48-yard line, 34 yards. And this is the Tigers' 3rd possession of the night. Eufaula with their first down of the night.
Gets them out of the hole. Still looking across midfield.
First down, they will hand it to Harris. Harris into plus territory across midfield at the 40, in the 35. He's at the 30, inside the 30. Finally runs out of bounds at the 25 or just short of the 25-yard line. But that is we'll give him the 25. That's going to be a 27-yard run by Harris. Harris had a big game last year at Pell City, and he starts off already with a big chunk run here tonight.
He is great at cutting back, and they're just over pursuing a little bit. They're leaning a little too much, and he's great at cutting it back. 1st and 10, Tigers at the Pell City 25. 2:49 to go in the first.
It'll be Antron Mitchell to the right. He'll have Slaughter in the slot. It'll be Zakai Steele in the slot to the far side. And a little confusion. The play clock was winding down, and we'll see nobody's called timeout. The head official stopped play for a moment. Doug, can you tell what's going on?
Well, one of their coaches was hollering about us having 2 men in motion, but we had not even set yet, so we were allowed to shift. So I don't know if that's what the discussion's about or what, but they're looking to the Eufaula sideline. Maybe I thought for a second maybe it was an equipment problem with somebody. Looks like, are they resetting the play clock? The play clock's off in both ends. Maybe the play clock went off. They may be that's what they're trying to do, is reset the play clock. They were working fine earlier.
Dang, the scoreboard.
The scoreboard's off too.
Well, it was not off when the official stopped it, because I looked down, there was 11 seconds on the play clock at that time. They're pulling both teams off the field to straighten out whatever the problem is. John Wayne, do you have any idea what's going on?
Sir, I have no idea why they stopped the clock. The clock was lit up when he called timeout, so I don't know why he stopped the clock. And then when he turned around and looked, it was dead.
Maybe the play clocks went off first. That's a lot of media here tonight. A lot of folks.
It was a bad time for that to happen, because the Tigers had 2 chunk plays, a 34-yard pass play, and followed by a 27-yard run, 61 yards on 2 plays.
They just reset it and it's trying to come back on. But what I was going to say was the scroll across the bottom of the scoreboard was still working when the scoreboard was off. So, it's got power. It just had to be something else somewhere. We got 2 officials down there running the clock. I don't know. It's a big night. A lot of media here. A lot of people play there. There's 2:47 back up on. They hadn't got the score up there yet, but that's fine. As long as they're not keeping the time on the field, that's good for the Tigers.
But 61 yards in 2 plays. The Tigers, this was their 3rd possession of the night so far, and they had not picked up a first down. They picked up 7 yards on the first play of the game, a Red Harris run, but then the Tigers failed to convert in 3 more downs.
How much time was on the clock? Did we just say right before it went off?
Well, we started this possession with 3:17.
There's 3:07 on there now.
Okay, well, that's probably not right.
I thought it was 2-something.
Yeah, it had to be. It was 3:17 when the Tigers started this possession, but Tigers had exactly 17 yards of offense in 6 plays prior to these last 2. They figured something out, because 61 yards of offense in the previous 2 plays.
They're going to go with 3:07 on the board. Play clocks are not on, but somehow a little extra time there. That could be a good thing for the Tigers as they'll try to pick back up here with the momentum.
Motion by Slaughter back across to the left. They're going to hand it to Harris up the middle, and he is stacked up for no gain. No gain on that play.
Kind of tiptoed up in there that time. Nowhere to go.
Really nowhere to go. It was just a good job of clogging the middle that time for the Panthers. Big number 90 getting up off the bottom of that pile for Pell City. We got to check his size. Hopefully we have it. Nope. Jaden Elston. He's nose guard, 6 foot, but he is just about as wide as he is tall.
They run out of columns to put that much weight in.
Second 10 from the 25. Tigers changing the play. They have 3 receivers to the wide side as they'll snap this ball from the left hash mark. Anderson takes it. He will keep it this time. Quarterback, he kind of picks his way through the middle, and a good run by Anderson as he picked his way down to the 18-yard line. A gain of 7 on that second down play. It makes a third manageable here. Third down and 3 yards to go from the 18-yard line of Pell City. The first down would come at the 15 as we countdown will be under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Pell City. If you tuned in late, Eufaula went for it on 4th and 1 from their 23-yard line and were unsuccessful. Pell City took advantage of the short field and kicked the field goal. Third down. Going to be Harris around right in. He has his first down and more. He breaks it outside. He may have a touchdown to the 5. He's inside. Touchdown. Tigers. From 20.
18.
Yeah, from 18 yards out. 18 yards out, Harris has the first Tiger points of the night on a beautiful run as he weaved his way and went in standing up from 18. The Tigers lead 6-0.
And there again, we talked about all they needed to do was settle down. It seemed like from the time they came out that time, he set his feet, made a good pass, and they just seemed like they were understanding what was expected or what they were supposed to be doing that time. Made it look easy as they marched right down the field to put up 6. They're going to go for – no, they're going to shift over here. Thought they were going to go for it for a second. 1:47 to go in the first quarter play. 6-3 Tigers lead with an extra point pending.
There's a snap. Placement by Anderson. The kick by Wingate is up, and the kick is good.
Wingate CPA extra point there, sponsored by Wingate CPA. We appreciate them for all your tax needs. Wingate, true again, a lot of pressure coming off the side. But that's one of those things. It makes it awful hard to block an extra point. As long as you block down, you have to have Deion Sanders type speed back in the day to get around the corner and get back there before they have time to kick it. Something has to be off.
Of course, as we went to Pell City last year, they have a very nice facility up there. If you remember, it was a nice press box, double-decker press box last year up there, and good setting for football. Of course, we hope the Pell City has it's a long drive. They've got some more people that filled in on the other side. A pretty good traveling crowd considering it's 3 hours up the road.
3 to 3.5 hours, depending on how many school buses you get behind and boats and stuff like that around Lake Martin when you go by.
Harris with 3 carries on that drive for 45 yards. Harris off to a good start tonight. Already halfway to the century mark. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. Wingate's going to kick it a little deeper this time. He kicks it, shows a good leg inside the 10-yard line to the 8. It's going to be a return up the near sideline. And the play, the ball's out. It looks like Eufaula may have it. Eufaula had 3 players around the football. They were definitely on it to begin with. Eufaula thinks they have it at the 27-yard line. It is Eufaula football. Eufaula football after the fumble on the kickoff.
I wanted to mention number 50, Chris. I don't know how you say it. Dutiel was doing an outstanding job on that last drive. I was watching him going against the big young man we just talked about. He did a good job of just, with somebody like that, you can't basically move, but the direction he started in, he just took him in several plays on those running plays. He just took him clean out of the picture, letting him go the way he wanted to go, and he just rode him out of the hole. So good job up front. As soon as we talk about that, the big guy's out on this series.
Shifting Pugh over to the right. It'll be Anderson in shotgun with Harris. Looking to throw. Anderson's going to drop back through the fade route. Has the man there, Tron Mitchell. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers. 27 yards. Beautiful throw and catch from Brownie Anderson to Antron Mitchell. We call that combination quite a bit this season. Mitchell with a beautiful pattern he got behind the defense. Couldn't have dropped it in there any better by Anderson. A beautiful throw and catch. And the Tigers are on the board again. 1:32 to go in the first quarter. It is 13-3 in favor of the Tigers. Only 8 seconds after they scored a touchdown on the Harris 18-yard run.
I'm going to tell you what, dropping it in there like that will get you some attention from the big schools. Perfect pass. They go for 2 as he throws into
it. It is complete. Tigers get it. They went, interesting enough, the Tigers went for 2 on their first 2 touchdowns last year and led 16-6 early in that game. Here they lead 15-3 late in the first quarter. 1:32 to go in the first quarter. The Tigers, I said it was actually 15 seconds. Harris scored with 1:47 to go. That touchdown pass was 1:32. So in a matter of 15 seconds, the Tigers put up 15 points.
Let's go down to John Wayne real quick on the sideline. John Wayne, he was close enough. You could have jumped on that ball on that kickoff.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. They were Tigers all over me. The fist come in, and out came the ball, and the Tigers recovered. And we needed that. We needed that momentum right there. Perfect pass from Anderson, and dropped it right in there. The defender had no chance at it. Come back and see me in a minute when they get on offense. I've been noticing something.
All right. We'll do that. Appreciate John Wayne with the report there. You get in this type of situation, sometimes you're a visiting team, you're a long way from home. We'll see if they get away from try to do something different here, throw the ball, whatever. But Tigers been able to strike quick twice. Minute 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lead now 15-3.
Wingate with a big leg on that last kickoff. That really led to that turnover. This time he's going to pooch it to the opposite side. It'll be fielded at the 32-yard line. So
he waved fair catch. I was watching that time. He waved it before it was off Wingate's foot good. So still not bad starting field position. You start out around the 30-yard line. That's I guess it's probably going to be the 34 is where they'll mark it.
Yeah, they actually gave him a good spot that time. We thought they spotted it back earlier, but that was a couple of yards extra. But Tigers kind of made up for the fourth down thing, getting the turnover on the kickoff. Those 2 back-to-back touchdowns. That's kind of what happened in reverse last week at Pike Road. Pell City, a quarterback and 2 running backs. Now they'll send Gross in motion. He'll shift out actually to the right. And
there was a whistle.
Eufaula calling timeout. I'm not sure. I think we were short a player. They're talking to a player who's making his way out onto the field late. We talked about the youth on the defense, Doug. I had not really noticed how young the defense is this year. There's about 3 or 4 seniors on that defense, but the rest, maybe 2 or 3 juniors, but then sophomores and freshmen, which is kind of unusual.
That would make a lot of sense. We talked about the first game, the Enterprise game. I mean, those kids were probably out there for the first time, and as big a setting probably as they'll see this year or close to it. And, that was a baptism by fire right quick by that one. So that time,
it was a sophomore that wasn't on the field.
It was a good time out in that situation. They come out, they're trying, like you said, trying to catch you out of position. Sometimes with the man in motion, circling around the quarterback, I don't know. It looks like a squirrel out there running around, not sure which way it's supposed to go, but I'm sure it's all controlled chaos for the Panthers as they know exactly what they're doing.
So 1st and 10 all over you from the 34-yard line. We are late in the first quarter, 1:32 to go in the first quarter, 15-3. The Tigers lead. Motion once again. Gross checks over. He sits in the slot to the right this time. Driving back as a quarterback. Nikita, he'll throw it complete to Gross, and it'll be good for 12 yards and a Panther first down to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, they came out same formation, same motion. Last time when the whistle blew, they threw a little flare out to the side. That time they did not even look that way, threw it straight down the field, picked up 12 yards and a first down.
They shift him out again, does Gross. Taking the ball, they'll throw it to him again. You can tell he's the playmaker they're trying to get to, and it's going to work this time. It's down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way for a Pell City touchdown. They found something they liked over there. It's going to be 54 yards, and there's an official down on the field. Did not see if he got ran over, but he is not getting up. But 54 yards on that throw and catch, so a pair of passes. This is so reminiscent of last year, Doug. The Tigers got out to a 16-6 lead, and then it was a couple of big plays from Pell City. They returned the kickoff for a touchdown. They also had a 45-yard touchdown pass play for a touchdown. This one went from 54 yards And that was a 2-play, 66-yard touchdown drive for them. I tell you, I guess with the injury, the official's injury on the field, we can step aside for a break. We'll be back in the Brown Heat and Air broadcast booth from Tiger Stadium after this commercial break.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by others.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
We're back at Tiger Stadium, the Brown Heat and Air broadcast booth. The official's up, and he's coming off the field. We went back and looked at the replay, and it was actually a player that kind of clipped him as they were pursuing the football. That was a nice drive, nice answer by Pell City, Doug. I mean, 2 plays, 66 yards. Both plays were a similar play. They went out to Gross, the athlete, on the outside, and that time they found the mismatch.
That's the one they were trying to run to start the series when the whistle blew. They're going to go for 2 here, down by 6.
No, they're going to spot it down. That's a kicker.
Oh, is he? Okay.
That's a kicker. But even with the extra point, the Tigers will still be up by 6 by virtue of the 2-point conversion. I'm sorry, 5. There's a kick. Big leg from their kicker, Blackstone, and the new score is 15-10 with 57 seconds to go
you knew that
in
was
the first quarter.
They were trying to go back to. That was the play they tried to run coming out of the initial possession when the whistle blew, just getting one-on-one on that sideline to make the first guy miss, and he did. Our guy come up and tried to use the sideline. He got a good block. The Pell City guy got a good block on our guy, and he was able to cut back, and then all he had to do was make the safety miss, and he was off to the races. So just good speed down that sideline. Put 6 on the board for Pell City Panthers. So Tigers will receive a kickoff. Make sure you got your name in for the Mid-South kickoff return. This one would be a $25 cash if we can return it for a touchdown.
So it will be Slaughter and Steele who will drop back to return these kicks. We saw a good kickoff return last time by Steele.
I'm going to tell you, with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, it looked like we were going to go to the end of the quarter at 3-0. Now with 57 seconds left, there's been 22 points put up on the board in the last couple of minutes.
Well, Tigers' scores came within 15 seconds. Blackstone kicks it away. It's going to be a shorter kick this time. It's going to actually go out of bounds. The Tigers have the option of taking that at their 35-yard line if they so choose. And I would be surprised if the Tigers don't take it at the 35. We're the Tigers' their 5th possession already tonight.
The official that got hit earlier came off to the sideline for that extra point and the kickoff, but he's making his way back out onto the field now. Nothing malicious about it. The player was running across the field pursuing the ball carrier and just didn't see him. And he lowered the boom on the official, which didn't see him coming either. So good to see him up and back around. The Tigers will be back 1st and 10 with 57.3 seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
Anderson, the senior quarterback, will be flanked by Harris to his right. Twin receivers to either side, now motion back across. They'll hand it on the jet sweep. No, Anderson keeps it, but probably not the right read. It was going to be Steele trying to sweep the right side. Anderson kept his feet, but that play just fails to gain. He got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. 2nd down and 10.
There was room to the outside if he would have handed that one, but
don't know if it's a call or a read. It's a bang-bang thing with the man coming in motion. You've got to make a decision right there. And unfortunately, that one was not the right one for the Eufaula Tigers. 2nd and 10. 15-10, the score in favor of Eufaula. Late first quarter. If it's a running play, will be the final play of the first quarter. Pugh shifts over to the left. Now a flag comes down. There may have been movement. They're going to actually – he's pointing at the left side of the Eufaula line, and apparently someone flinched. We didn't see it here, but it will be a motion penalty against Eufaula.
That's payback for that hit he just took out there. That's the official that was cold cocked out there a few minutes ago. So we'll let him have his 5 on that one. I didn't see anybody move neither.
Might have been a little trigger happy that time, a little flinching, a little flinchy, a little jumpy.
He still got a twitch after that hit he just took.
2nd and 15. Anderson calls for it, takes a snap. They'll hand it off to Harris. Harris gets hit right in the hole after about a 2-yard gain. A 2-yard gain for Harris will be 3rd and 13 for the Tigers. You know, this is a situation, Doug, after the Tigers had stretched it out to a 12-point lead. This will be the final play of the first quarter. We'll have to go ahead and take a break. Be back with more Tiger football following this timeout.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
In sports, every point counts, and at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
In the Brown Heat and Air broadcast booth at Tiger Stadium. We're going to go down the sidelines to John Wayne Robinson once again. John Wayne?
Yes, sir. I've seen us flinch a couple of times and get away with it, so I think he finally caught us on one that time. But notice when Pell City goes on offense, I thought their guard on the left side was getting ready to pull. I said, dang, he's giving it up. But I don't know if their center is having a hard time here or what, but every play, the guard turns and watches the quarterback, and he's tapping the center to let him know it's time to snap the ball. This happened 2 series every play.
Well, they found something on that last series they liked because they went to the same play twice in a row, and they got chunk play yardage on both of them, 12 on one and 56 for a touchdown. 3rd and 13, Anderson dropping back, going to throw a screen pass. It's complete to Pugh. Pugh breaks one tackle, but he's going to come up short. He picks up about 7 yards when he needed 13. It'll be 4th down and 6 after the 7-yard completion, and the Tigers don't even consider this time. They send the punting team in on 4th and 6. You know, Doug, after the touchdown from Pell City, you don't want to go 3 and out and give it right back to them.
It's only 3 plays in the end of a quarter, so not a lot of time for them to adjust and watch the TV and the playbacks over here and adjust to what Pell City just had success with on the sideline. Let's hope they figured out what they were doing wrong and can straighten it out.
At the end of the first quarter, Ramsey leads Auburn 7-0.
Ramsey, the defending 5A state champion, great running back up there too.
Nice punt. Nice punt by Anderson. A fair catch call for back inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. That's where Pell City will take over for their 5th possession of the night. Tigers lead 15-10.
Keith, I don't know if you've noticed, but almost every one of Pell City's officials calling an official's timeout for some reason.
No heat timeout tonight for the first time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess just getting in position. Pell City's had the ball on their hash mark in front of their bench almost all night long. This drive will start on the hash mark in front of the Tigers bench. We'll see if they go back to that side of the field, as it's a lot easier to run folks in and out, players in and out, see what's going on. You got that hash mark real close to you.
Pistol formation, now they're going to send with the back on either side. Now they shift Gross out to the right. Same thing they did on the last possession. This time they're going to run Gross down the field, but they're definitely looking for him. They flare to one of the backs out of the backfield. He's going to pick up 5 yards up to the 31-yard line. It was Shamarion Smith with a nice tackle right there for the 5-yard gain.
Look at your replay, Keith. You'll see what John Wayne was talking about. Their guard's actually moving. That should be a motion.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Actually, the number 4, when he came out and lined up that time, when he lined up inside, he's going down the field. When he lined up outside is when they threw the flare to him earlier.
2nd and 5 as Gross lines up outside this time. Yeah, the movement that Charles was talking about. They throw it, a good timing route. It's going to be good for 5 yards, close to a first down, depending on the spot. Depends on the spot. It's going to be very, very close. It's either going to be 3rd and inches or it's going to be a first down for Pell City.
How can that not be movement?
Head officials not even going up there and looking at it. They're saying 3rd down. Tell you what, that's awful close, though, isn't it?
They're going to look at it now.
Probst is right on top of it. I don't know. He's coming up and looking now, so you're going to have to call for a measurement there.
Just underway here in the second quarter. 10:47 to go in the second quarter. They will measure this, but 15-10 in favor of Eufaula, Duggan. 2 quick touchdowns for Eufaula. 18-yard run by Red Harris. The Tigers recovered a fumble on the kickoff. 1 play, Anderson to Mitchell, and the Tigers went for 2 and got it. So 15 points. It was 15-3 at that point. Now, after a 3 and out by Eufaula, Pell City, 2 quick pass plays is put them close to a first down. We'll see once they stretch a chain. They have not stretched it yet. Taking a long time on this. They stretch it out. It's going to be just short, I believe. Yep, just short. He's got his fingers. It's about 2 inches maybe short.
Well, maybe they'll get a bad snap and lose some yardage here. It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to tell you who's got the best seat in the house tonight. That's old Jimmy Taylor, works out at Lakeside Lumber. He's right over there. I noticed him standing right next to Coach from Pell City that time. He'll have some interesting stories tomorrow morning.
I'm sure. Be interesting to see if they go under center. They'll probably put Gross in there at quarterback. He is the more athletic. He will be under center. It will be Gross. Tiger's going to dig in, but kind of hard to stop someone if it's a good snap on a 2-inch situation.
Their right tackle moved.
Yep, movement. The flag comes down. That'll change the complexion. I mean, the Tigers actually stopped them. Now, the whistle blew to stop play, but that is going to be 5 yards. A bad spot to get that penalty. But
that was almost one of – you wonder if that's coached because I don't know if you could see it on a replay, which we're working on trying to get y'all some replays, folks, but he almost looked like he intentionally kind of popped his head up and back down to try to get the Tigers to jump. And the official was right on top of it.
It was Kevion Lemons that made a nice tackle on the running back to stop him short if that play had stood.
That works out for them, though. They got another shot here with 3rd down and 5 yards and 2 inches, I guess.
Quarterback calls for the snap. He's going to get pressure in his face. He throws it. It's going to be complete. Good enough for a first down. 2 Gross. He stays on his feet. The Tigers finally bring him down. And after about a 12 to 13-yard gain, it was from the 31-yard line out to the 44, so 13 yards. They convert the 3rd down, 3rd and long. And the quarterback's done a pretty good job. The passing quarterback, Nikita Gitmanchuk, transfer from California. He's a junior. Gross has been the main weapon for them on offense. He'll shift out to the left this time, which is to their sideline. 1st and 10. Going to throw it to Gross again. He's going to break a tackle. He's down the sidelines, and Jaquavius Moss is able to get him out of bounds after a first down.
100 yards even passing for them now. That was the same play they scored on earlier, and they worked it over right in front of their the hash mark in front of their bench, and that's where they threw the same play going the other direction moments ago.
No secret what they're trying to do when they shift Gross out there. He's lined up behind the quarterback. Now he'll shift out wide to the left. He is the outside receiver on that side. They'll snap it. Now a flag comes down. Look for some movement. They're going to call movement again on them. We talked about that earlier. Good catch by Charles and by John Wayne. And
well, you know, if nothing else, when he turns it, he's not staying set. You know, you gotta be set for just a second. And as soon as he slaps him, now that time there was a little pause, but that's probably what threw things off. But as soon as that guard slaps him, he's snapping the ball. So the guard is not set whatsoever.
1st and 15 now from right at midfield. The ball will be on midfield on the left-hand hash mark.
Right there, they just swapped out a receiver. Tigers cannot swap anybody because it's on that far hash mark.
Gross is split wide to the right. They're going to hand it off this time. The running back looking to cut it back. That's Bedgood, I believe it is. Bedford. He picks up 5 yards, the 5 yards that they had on the penalty. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Clock rolls under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter of play now. 15-10, the Tigers lead, but the Panthers in Tiger territory now.
From the 45 on the plus side, from the Eufaula 45-yard line, Pell City, the Panthers will snap it on 2nd and 10. Give him a shook. The quarterback takes it in shotgun formation. He will throw a flare pass. Oh. It is incomplete. Good thing. It was intended for Bedford. He was outside the Eufaula defense. Jaquavius Moss was flowing from the inside, but it probably would have been a positive play for the Panthers. Instead, it's an incomplete pass and a third down and 10.
That was the 9th pass play for the Panthers. The first one was incomplete, and that one was incomplete, but they had completed 7 in a row up to that point.
For good yardage, because they had 66 on the last possession. They have about 34 already through the air on this possession.
Have him 7 for 9 for 100 yards even is what I got at this point.
Well, we're exactly right. 66 and 34 is 100. So 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Calling a timeout.
They're second in the first half. We'll take a timeout as well. Be back after this.
R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, always a good call. In Eufaula, call Alpha Agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
You got it.
We're back at Tiger Stadium in the Brown Air broadcast booth. 3rd and 10 for the Panthers from the 45-yard line. Eufaula, 5 wide receivers in the game. 2 to the left, now motion back to the left by Gross. Caleb Gross, a senior receiver. He's been the big play man for them tonight. They're throwing a deep route that intended for the tall receiver that time, Zach Duncan. He is 6'4", 175 pounds, and the quarterback overthrew the receiver. Incomplete. 4th and 10, Pell City from the 45 of Eufaula. And, Pell City's punted earlier in the night. They just forced a 3 and out from Eufaula. 9:25 to go in the second quarter. They are going to bring the punting team in.
Play in field position. 9:25 to go in the second quarter. Tigers run off. I think that was Jackson going off the field. 16 coming on is Steele back deep.
There's a good snap. Punts away. It's an end-over-end kick this time that Steele will field at the 9-yard line. No fair catch. He breaks away. He gets into the open field. Steele looking to try to turn the corner. He is not going to make it. He had gotten one block. He had yardage over here, but a good job anyway. And a 6-yard return by Steele.
Coleman had the guy lined up. He could have decleated him with the block there, but nowadays they're going to throw that flag every time, even if it's a clean block in the front, because the defender was chasing him, not looking, and I hate that call. I mean, I know it's for a safety reason, but all you can do there is run up there and try to stand between them, but couldn't get there. Tigers are going to be 1st and 10 at the 15.
So the Tigers have started twice at their 14-yard line. They've started now at their 15, so 3 times inside their own 20-yard line. They took it 86 yards on one of the possessions for a touchdown. This is going to be an Anderson Keat off right tackle for 5 yards. Goes the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson. Nice run. Anderson, couple of good runs already tonight. 2nd and 5. Tigers did score a touchdown earlier in the game on a 86-yard drive, 86-yard drive, 5 plays. It was the Harris 18-yard run. Harris will flank Anderson to his right. They're going to hand it to Slaughter. No, Anderson keeps it. He'll have his first down across the 25, up around the 27-yard line. 7 more yards for the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson. And the Tigers do get a first down. They went 3 and out on the last possession. But you feel like, Doug, this is kind of an important possession for the Tiger offense to reestablish themselves after a couple of quick scores.
Yeah, and while we got it, John Wayne, help me watch the back judge on some of these. I've yet to see him look at his watch. He's supposed to be keeping the play clock.
Hand off to Harris. He's in the open field. He'll have a first down as he hurdles across the 35 out to the 37. I called it quick a first down. He's very close to his first down. It looks like it will be a first down. They may have to measure, but we'll give him 10 yards on that play either way.
The official over here was telling him to remark it because he wasn't far enough up.
Yeah, it was actually an 11-yard gain. I thought it was an extra yard up when so 11 yards to the Tigers quickly with 23 yards on 3 carries on this possession. Anderson fakes it. That was a good call because he keeps it. He's going to get back. They're going to throw a flag, though, probably holding on Eufaula as Anderson struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage. It would have been no gain on the play, but probably going to have to overcome a holding penalty here. We'll see.
Once again, a high snap. When you have a high snap, it's just killing the timing.
Yeah, Charles had picked up on something. It seems like there's a little bit of timing off between the center quarterback exchange, and they were kind of motioning.
Face mask.
Oh, face mask, Pell City. We'll see if it's a 5 or a 15-yard penalty. That's only a 5-yard face mask. So you kind of felt like the way they looked at it, it was not going to be. But either way, it's a penalty on Pell City, and we'll take it. Tigers get that play over again, I guess. Shouldn't they get
a 6-yard penalty?
It should be 1st and 5. They got 2nd down on the thing. It's first down. It's 1st and 5. We'll see if that makes a difference here. It will not. As Harris picks up his first down, he's across midfield into plus territory, down into Pell City territory to the 42-yard line. That play, we'll have to add that up. 7 and 8 is 15 yards on that run for Harris. 15 yards and a Tiger first down, so the down marker did not hurt the Tigers that time. It should have been 1st and 5. 1st and 10 now from the 42-yard line of Pell City. Anderson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to his running back. Harris had checked out. It's going to be Slaughter in there. The younger of the 2 Slaughter brothers, Torian Slaughter, the 10th grader, as he takes it ahead for 3 yards.
I think our center just lost his helmet. He's got to check out. So a 3-yard gain there.
So 2nd and 7 as Harris, the senior, checks back in for Slaughter.
It was our center. Number 50's shifts over to center now. He was playing right guard.
Two receivers to either side. They'll bring motion by Zakai Steele. They'll hand it to Steele this time. Around the left end, Steele cuts inside, makes a man miss. He gets inside the 30 down to around the 28-yard line. So that is going to be a 11. It'll be an 11-yard gain. And that time, I believe Anderson was reading that as he rode the man in motion that time, Steele, and then finally handed it off to him, which was a good read. Steele, with his speed, took it around the end. Good blocking on the outside, 11 yards and a Tiger first down. 3rd and 10 from the 28-yard line. In the second quarter, Eufaula leads 15-10, 6:39 and counting here in the second quarter. Anderson calls for and takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Harris. Harris off right tackle. He had a hole, tried to bounce it to the outside, still going to pick up positive yardage, call it a 4-yard gain. He was looking for the chunk play that time. Doug might have had a little more if he'd have just kept it to the inside.
I agree. A big hole there, though, opened up off that right side for the Tigers.
Harris checking out.
Big drive here. Still 6 minutes and 8 seconds, clock rolling. It'd be good if Tigers could punch some more points. They will receive the second half kickoff also.
Tigers led by 10 at halftime last year up in Pell City, 30-20. There is a timeout called by Coach Jernigan. That's the second Eufaula timeout of the first half. Each team with one timeout remaining.
The clock's still running.
Timeouts can be big. Doug, last night, Thompson used all their timeouts early. I don't know who's listening to us, but that game was one of the best high school football games I've seen in a long time.
You felt like it was over. They got the ball back with like a minute and 10 seconds, no timeouts, down 10 points. And dang, if they didn't have a chance to wind up tying that game and going to overtime.
75-yard touchdown pass from the sensational freshman quarterback who won the state championships as an 8th grader, Trent Seaburn at Thompson, hit his receiver, number 7, I don't remember his name, but he had already had a long touchdown reception earlier in the game. He went for 75 yards on a great run. Onside kick, one of the best you'll ever see.
Absolutely.
And they recovered it and drove down, had a chance for a field goal, and it missed wide left.
It was a great game, but my favorite play in that game was a 2-point conversion to the big 6'8", 280-pound line.
380 pounds.
Yes. They could not bring the tree down. He drove it in for it.
They kept talking about how it looked like it was in slow motion, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they couldn't bring him down. Huge young man. 2nd down 6 from the 24-yard line. Motion again. Going to be tossed this time. The little flip pass forward to Slaughter, Torian Slaughter. That play picks up just 3 yards to the 21-yard line. But, Doug, that keeps the clock in motion. Eufaula, even though they have 15 points, they haven't possessed the ball much. This is going to be the longest possession time-wise the Tigers have had tonight. We're already at 4 minutes in this possession as we tick down under 5:25 to go in the first half. 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3, it'll be Torian Slaughter behind Anderson. He's going to look to throw this time. He's going to pull it down. He's going to throw it late in the end zone. There's nobody actually overthrows it. They're going to throw. They're going to call pass interference on them, and they did. They interfered. I don't think our receiver could have caught the ball. It was Antron Mitchell. He'd had to jumped up, probably had a 40-inch vertical to have a chance.
Interference against Pell City, so it'll bring a first down. It scared me there. I thought we'd run the ball, keep the clock running, try to pound out a first down, maybe 4-down territory if it was out of field goal range. But that's going to be an automatic first down.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal, and it'll be first down Eufaula from the 11-yard line of Pell City. So it was interference, but a good thing Anderson threw the ball there. I thought he might try to run it, but he put it up, give his receiver a chance, Antron Mitchell, and drew the penalty flag.
Harrison, look for him to get the ball here.
Press coverage on the outside by Pell City. They're going to hand it to Harris up the middle, and my goodness, good running by him as he gets inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And a big man. We talked about how big he is, number 90, if you're watching. He is very big, but there's an injured player, and I hope that's not Harris. I hope no one is injured, but there's a Eufaula player on the ground rolling around, and that would be a big loss if it's Harris.
It is Harris down. He was dragging the big guy and took a couple of other shots with 4:54 to go. In the second quarter play, Tigers leading 15-10. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
Hey, we're back in the Brown Hen Air broadcast booth atop Tiger Stadium. After the 3-yard, almost 4-yard gain by Harris on good hard running, he's up on his feet and walking off under his own power, unassisted. I think he's going to be okay.
Well, what do you do here with Harris on the sideline? Do you give it to Brown Anderson to try to make something happen? Do you sweep off the end? Do you dare throw a pass here?
Zakai Steele is not in the game. He's
Single
had a couple of
coverage
big
on
runs.
Mitchell.
They're going to bring Slaughter in motion to the right. Going to roll to that side with
Slaughter's
Anderson.
open.
Look to throw it back. He throws it back. Pugh is there. Oh, he had it in the Pell City defender separated him from the football. And Pugh, I think he's just frustrated. He gets up.
We're going to say good timing by Pell City guy there to get his hand in there and break that up.
I was already calling it a great catch by Pugh. As a throwback, it was kind of like the Lutzenkirchen play at Tuscaloosa back 13 years ago, the throwback to the tight end who had slipped about, but it was good coverage that time. Pell City was there. They were not fooled. It was thrown by Anderson anyway, and Pugh almost came up with a great catch.
Clock stopped with the incomplete. 3rd and 6 now for the Tigers.
4:38 to go in the second quarter. Eufaula leads 15-10. 3rd down 6 from that Pell City 8-yard line. Anderson takes. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw. He's going to pull it down now. He's going to roll to the outside. They're going to throw a holding penalty, and it was intercepted out of bounds. They say it's incomplete, but the flag's on the field now.
Did another flag come out right after the in the corner of the end zone?
I don't know. I only see one, maybe.
No, he's picking up the ball. I'm sorry.
But this flag would take you a little further back. The Tigers definitely in field goal range. We'll see.
He picks it up. It should be a spot. He is going to mark it from the line of scrimmage. I always say that. He started.
So they declined the penalty?
Yeah, Rush is saying decline it.
So Tigers have the offense on the field, but Doug, with a 4th down.
Just over an extra point. We're about 5 yards long.
This will put the Tigers up 8-8.
It still keeps it a one score game.
They will
probably
bring
what they're saying.
in.
Would make it an 8-point difference with still 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
So the Tigers began this drive back at their 15-yard line, drove it all the way to the Pell City 8-yard line before Pell City's defense stiffens after the Harris injury.
They have got a lot of pressure off the corners. We'll see here. Mitchell's blocking on the far corner. I want to say where the pressure came from last time.
It'll be a 25-yard field goal from Wingate. It's up. Kick is good. Easy peasy for Cooper Wingate on that 25-yard field goal, and the Tigers lead 18-10. It was an 11-play drive for the Tigers that began back at the 15-yard line. 77 yards on the drive for the Tigers. But it was not to be as far as a touchdown was concerned. But the Tigers still get points, which is important as they lead. They led by 10 at halftime last year. They lead by 8 here with 4:32 to go in the first half. That was a almost 5-minute drive by the Tigers. They took that over with 9:25 to go in the second quarter. 4:32 to go now. So good time-consuming drive on that possession. 77 yards for the Tigers in 11 plays.
Yeah, you'd like to have had 6, but nothing wrong with 3 and taking some time off the clock. If the defense can hold them here, each side still has a timeout. We may not be through with the scoring here in the first half yet. Cooper Wingate, nobody back deep again. They don't respect his leg deep. You think after that big kick he had a minute ago, they'd back up a little bit, but they're standing at the 20 or closer.
Yeah, they're standing at the 20-yard line. Actually, one of them's at the 19. The other one's at the 22-yard line. Going to kick it deep. Last time they kicked it deep, they fumbled the ball. It's going to be Bedford on the return this time as he breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. He's going to take it across the 25. Near the 30, they'll actually give him the 30, and that's where Pell City will take over for their 6th possession of the night, trailing the Tigers by 8, 18-10. It's going to be Pell City coming out on offense. They've alternated their quarterbacks all night. It's been Caleb Gross, who played quarterback for them last year against the Tigers, and the transfer from California, Nikita Gitmanchuk. It'll be the junior transfer, Gitmanchuk, at quarterback to begin this series.
They've got Goodman in the middle over here to the right. We'll see if no backs in the backfield.
Here's a shotgun snap. Looking to throw. He has time. He's going to throw it down the middle. He has Gross there in the open field. Gross with good speed. He's going to take it all the way. 70 yards for a Pell City touchdown. Just a blown coverage that time. We talked about misalignments on the show last night on the coach's show, Doug. They keep moving around. They got the mismatch that time as no one covered Caleb Gross. And it was a foot race after he caught the football, and Eufaula just did not have the speed to run him down. So that possession took 10 seconds, 70 yards in one play. And, it was big plays last year for Pell City, Doug, in the first half that they're going to go for 2 here. 18-16 is your new score. The quarterback throws it. It's incomplete.
Oh, come on. How is that roughing? It's football, guy. Let him play.
No, that wasn't roughing. He hit him. He lowered his shoulder. He hit him with his right shoulder into the numerals.
You're taught to hit where your shoulder. His helmet came off and went forward. He didn't hit him with his helmet.
He didn't see that play. He just saw the helmet come off. He assumed he hit him in the head. I watched a replay. He hit him with the shoulder pad in the chest.
I mean, that's what you're taught to do nowadays, and you get flagged for it. The good news is it's only half the distance. Bad news is they bring the offense out and have a second shot from about the 1 yard line. Horrible.
Yeah, that was a bad call. Definitely a bad call. I think that was the head official who made that call. He saw the helmet come off, the big hit, assumed he hit him high. He had to have assumed because he's got very bad vision.
They've got the rules now where you can't hit him below the knees. You can't hit him in the head. But he hit him right where you got it.
Hey,
You're
folks,
supposed to hit him.
You're watching this, and if you second guess me, go back and look at the play. He hit him with his right shoulder, right on the numerals in between the 1 and the 2. They go for it, and they're going to tie the game. Mark that one down. That penalty cost the Tigers 2 points.
Let's go down to John Wayne and see if he can tell us if he gave him an earful on that one.
I keep my mouth shut, but I'm probably 20 yards from the play, and he put his shoulder into his stomach, and that's about as close to a bad call as you can get right there.
Well, that's it brought a fist.
Jarrell's having a word with him.
Yeah, he needs to. Drew a fist pump from the other side, which I hate to see that, but nevertheless, all that whining he was doing earlier paid off with a penalty that, it's not often. A lot of times you might get a penalty, but it don't go to usually direct points on the scoreboard, but that cost the Tigers 2 right there.
Yeah, it was definitely that. I mean, the 2-point try was no good. They get the second chance. They get 2 points. So we're tied at 18. Still a lot of time left here in the second quarter. 4:16 to go until halftime, tied at 18.
I see Jimmy Simmons coming up from the Booster Club. We're making his way up to the press box. If you're here listening to the game, be sure to make your way down to the south end zone to the concession stand and help out the Booster Club down there. They have a lot of good food and snacks to choose from and help them out.
That's one of the main fundraising efforts of the Booster Club is the concession stand. There's a kickoff. It's going to be deep. Coming down to Steele at the 5-yard line. He's bringing it up the right side at the hash mark this time. Makes a man miss the 20. He's going to cross all the way to the 30. They're going to bring him down just across the 30, maybe at the 32. We'll wait and see where they spot him down, maybe the 31. But the Tigers need to answer here. The Pell City one play, 70-yard drive. The good thing about it, Doug, is the Tigers had a long 5-minute possession. The Pell City defense was only on the sidelines for one play. So maybe the Tiger offense can reestablish the ball control they had on their last possession.
Let's hope so. Don't make a mistake deep. It's 1st and 10 from your own 31-yard line. We got plenty of time and a timeout to take it down the field and put some more points on the board. Tigers are going to go deep again here soon. Remember, they hooked with Mitchell earlier for a big pass play.
Anderson takes it. He's going to hand it off to Slaughter. Slaughter breaks the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up 9 yards on that first play.
I tell you what you could see there. They saw that Harris was out of the game. They walked their corners up and they walked their linebackers up, and everybody blitzed. They're like, we're gonna cause havoc in the
Harris
backfield.
is coming back in.
But now Harris is back out. I'm sure they'll back off that blitz a little bit. 2nd and about a foot.
3:38 and counting here in the first half, tied at 18. Pugh shifts over to the left. Low snap. Throws the timing off. Harris takes it. He breaks a tackle. Going to have his first down and more as he got to the outside. He picks up, as it turns out, 5 yards. And a Eufaula player loses his headgear.
We saw more helmets coming off from Clay Chalkwell last night in that ESPN game. But so far, it's about 3 of them for the Tigers here tonight. 71 I have to check out. I'm not sure. I think he was the tackle. But it causes the line to have to shuffle around. People playing in different positions. Clock rolling, 3:08, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at 35. How many was that on the last?
That was 5. 1st and 10. Tigers in no hurry. Still looking to the sideline. Slaughter back in. Vitorian. He will take the handoff. He ducks under. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that play. But Doug, he's on the smaller side as Slaughter, the sophomore, but he is able to duck under that tackle. His size worked to his advantage that time to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, when he ducks under him, that's when Harris is sidestepping him. And Harris just has that unique ability to be able to sidestep and make people miss. 2:26 to go in the clock rolling, 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Anderson looking over, 3 receivers right, takes a shotgun snap. We're going to look to throw. He throws it. It was intended for Zakai Steele. Steele would have had a short gain. If he could have gotten away from the defender, he might have had 7 or 8 yards on that play. As it is, it stops the clock and brings up 3rd and 10.
Big play here, 3rd and
11.
You're going to give them back, give them the ball back with around 2 minutes left. That might not work. Hopefully the Tigers have something here they can pull 10 yards out with.
Harrison at tailback. He'll line up to the right of Anderson, who takes a quick snap. Looking to throw. He's going to throw it. Has a man there. It's going to just not quite hook up on it. It was intended for Antron Mitchell. The ball sailed to the outside. It goes incomplete, and the Tigers will have to punt the ball back away to Pell City. 5-play drive there. They took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock.
Well, he was doing good running the ball, and then they've got snapped the ball. They got too many. Well, don't have too many now.
4th and 10. Anderson stands at his 32-yard line.
They only got 10 men on the field for them, but they don't want to use their last time out.
Anderson gets it away. It's a fair catch, call for, and made at the 29-yard line. So that's where Pell City would take over.
There's a late flag as one of their guys goes down. I think they're going to call something against the Tigers. It is the official that got leveled again earlier. He's watching the Tigers. Charles, did you see? You was zooming in on that. We were writing down stats. It was after the play. So I thought it might have been incidental contact. Something went on. A Pell City player went down. And it looked like it was going to be something against the Tigers. I'm not sure. They must give acting classes. They're going to call interference, illegal contact. That was after the play. There must be acting lessons as part of Pell City Panthers' repertoire up there now. There's classes, but that's with under 2 minutes, minute 56 seconds to go before the half. That's going to give Pell City the ball out at the 39-yard line.
So what was a 10-yard penalty there?
Illegal contact.
So from the 39-yard line, it took Pell City only one play last time to go
formation.
70. They're going to throw it this time. It's a tunnel screen to Gross, and he breaks out of the pack. He's in the open field once again. He's into Tiger territory, breaking back. He's going to go down to the 29-yard line. So that is 42 yards. No, 32 yards. 32 yards on that throw catch. Cannot believe they're having so much success with one player. One player. We'll have to check his stats at halftime, but
well, we talked about how Russian was good at exploiting things. Our defense has not made the adjustments so far. They've got to make adjustments.
Empty backfield. Quarterback throws it. It's complete. Out of bounds, a short gain of 5 yards to the 25-yard line. But the Tigers, they're already pretty much so in field goal range for the good kicker. The Tigers in danger of trailing here at halftime. 1:28 to go here in the first half. Tigers had They actually had a 12-point lead earlier in the game, 15-3. It has been 15 unanswered points. I'm sorry. They've been outscored 15-3 since then. Since they had the 15-3 lead, it's been 15-3 in favor of the Pell City Panthers. 3 receivers to the right. Motion by Caleb Gross back to the left. They'll throw the flare to him out to the left.
Pick play.
And he's going to take it down the sidelines. He's going to cut back inside. It'll set up a 1st and goal for Pell City.
Our guy was following the motion man, and he was a step or two behind, and that's what they're doing. They snapped the ball, and he came across and just pick blocked him and allowed him to be open on the outside because we're not switching receivers. Tigers take a timeout to talk about it.
No, they're going to call it Pell City takes
Pell
the
City
timeout.
takes the timeout, excuse me.
Pell City, but 1:21 to go in the first half. Doug, it was halftime adjustments last week. It was chunk plays by Pike Road last week, but the defense made a great halftime adjustments. We'll have to take it'll have to be something like that tonight to stop Gross, who's had a great first half against the Tigers.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more after this quick commercial break.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that's been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
They spotted down at the 11-yard line. It was on the far sideline, hard to see. Oh, there were some hot dogs down the bottom of that box. Didn't see any. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line from the far hash mark for Pell City, who's kind of gotten chunk plays and gutted the Eufaula defense of late. The last 2 possessions, they've moved down the field. They've figured out something that's working against the Tigers. They're going to hand it off to the back. He's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage and go down. Maybe a gain, actually no gain on the play where they're going to come across. That'll keep the clock rolling with 1:10 and counting here in the first half. Tie game at 18. No timeouts left for Pell City. After the no gain, it'll be 2nd and 10. They have the really good field goal kicker, but they may have to run him in with the clock running. 5 wide receivers. Gross back in motion to the short side left. Quarterback takes the snap. He's looking for Gross in the corner of the end zone. He'll catch it. It's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown for Pell City.
They're killing us with that motion. We're not covering nobody.
So with 42 seconds to go in the first half, Pell City takes the ball 61 yards in 5 plays, 11 yards on the touchdown reception.
We talked about it before the game. We was wondering. We knew Pell City with the experience of coaching staff that they had would make adjustments and do things. We didn't know if we could adjust defensively. So far, we haven't.
There's the extra points up and good. And Pell City has come back to take a 25-18 lead here with 42 seconds to go before halftime, Doug. Tigers led 15-3 and then 18-10. And it's been through the air that Pell City is. They've not hurt us at all on the ground. It's been all through the air.
Well, they're just running that motion. And at least that time our guy was with him as he got across. They couldn't run the pick. The guy went to block him and was unable to. But when he just turned up the field, he didn't turn up the field with him. He let him get behind him for the touchdown. But you know what? It all could be erased if Steele will just take this one back to the house and give somebody a $25 cash. Tie the score up.
5 plays, 61-yard drive. Took a minute, 14 seconds off the clock. Tiger offense has got to come back to life. They scored 2 touchdowns in only 15 seconds earlier in the game. And they've had a nice drive of 71 yards to kick a field goal on their sixth possession of the night. It is Slaughter and Steele who are back deep for the Tigers. There's a kick. It's a deep kick that's going to drive Slaughter back to the goal line.
He went in the end zone.
He went in the end zone, but he's going to be tackled at the 14-yard line. That did two things. It took 7 seconds off the clock, and the Tigers are back. You know, a kick that crosses the goal line, if you just let it go, it goes in the end zone and doesn't run any time off the clock.
And you get it at the
20. They're the 20.
Is it still the 20 in hospital? I thought they bumped it up last year.
I'm not sure. I think the 20, but I could be wrong. Oh, they put it at the 15-yard line. Anderson shotgun formation. No mistakes for the Tigers at this point. Late in the first half with 35 seconds. I have 4 receivers in the game. Harris is in the backfield with Anderson. He'll take the snap. They'll hand it to Harris. Harris at right guard for 3 yards to the 18-yard line. Second down. The Tigers really in no hurry. We don't know where the play clock is, but that could be the final play of the first half if the Tigers choose to let it be the last play. They're going to come up and snap it with under 10 seconds, maybe. They're lining up with 10 seconds to go. Anderson calls for the snap, rolling out to his left, rolling away from his strong side. He's going to stop. He's going to heave it down into double coverage, but it sails out of bounds with no time on the clock. So the Tigers will go to halftime trailing by 7, 25-18. In favor of the visiting Pell City Panthers.
John Wayne,
can you catch Coach Jernigan down there?
Yes, sir. I'm going to try. I got it.
So the Tigers defense with adjustments to be made. Go ahead, Coach.
Not a bad half for the Tigers, Coach. We're letting that one man keep them in the ball game.
correct. They got 1 minute on the ball score, and we got too many penalties. Probably got 150 yards in penalties, and we got to cut that out, and we got to keep running the ball. We're moving the ball. It's just we keep biting ourselves in the foot with all these penalties and stuff. We had that one bust and long touchdown past the 4.
Yes, sir. We just need to make the adjustments like last week. Come out and take care of Tiger business.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. All right, guys.
All right. We're at halftime with the Tigers trail the Panthers 25-18. We'll take a commercial break and we'll come back with some halftime stats and comments. You're listening to Eufaula Tiger Football on the Eufaula Tiger Football broadcast.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula a safe and successful season.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
In sports, every point counts, and at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue. R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record. R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
We're back at Tiger Stadium in the Brown Hen Air broadcast booth, high at top. As the Tigers trail the visiting Panthers of Pell City 25-18 here at halftime. The Tigers went forward on fourth down and won from their own 23-yard line on their first possession of the game. did not get it. Gave Pell City a short field as it's actually homecoming, and they're about to present the homecoming court. But it did great. The Eufaula defense did a good job of holding Pell City out of the end zone, forced a field goal, and Pell City took an early 3-0 lead. From there, Eufaula scored the next 15 points of the game on an 18-yard run by Red Harris, 27-yard pass play from Browning Anderson to Antron Mitchell, and it's still in the first quarter. The Tigers led by a score of 15-3. From there, Pell City struck on a 54-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback Nikita to Gross, the wide receiver, and the point after touchdown made it 15-10 in favor of Eufaula still. Then Eufaula drove 71 yards to kick a field goal by Wingate, a 25-yarder, to make the score 18-10. Then it took only one play following the field goal. It was a long touchdown pass. Once again, it was Gross on the receiving end, 70 yards. The two-point conversion failed, but there was a pretty bad penalty called against Eufaula as they called roughing the passer, actually a targeting call to the headgear. The receiver, in fact, hit him with his shoulder pads in the midsection, but the helmet came off when he hit the ground. The official just saw that, and he called a penalty flag, gave them another try, which they converted, and tied it at 18 at that point late in the first half. Eufaula unable to move the ball. They picked up one first down before punting it back to Pell City. Pell City moved quickly down the field, a couple of big plays, and the touchdown coming on a 12-yard throw and catch. Once again, it was Gross on the receiving end. Point after touchdown was good. That's where we stand, 25-18 at halftime. Tigers going to need to make some adjustments on defense to stop this passing game of Pell City that's really been the passing game that's hurt the Tigers. Overall, Pell City ran 27 offensive plays for 258 yards, 8 first downs in the first half for Pell City. Eufaula, 30 offensive plays, so they ran 3 more offensive plays than did Pell City. 216 yards of offense, 7 first downs for Eufaula. In the penalties area, Coach Jernigan said we had over 100 yards of penalties, like 150 yards. It probably seemed that way, but it was 7 penalties, 7 flags against Eufaula in the first half, 63 yards of penalties against Eufaula, but it was 3 personal foul penalties. One of those was only half the distance, so it was 7 yards on that one personal foul penalty. Actually, I'm sorry, it was 4 personal foul penalties because they called that last one that was only a 1-yard penalty, put it closer to the goal line, but they gave them a second chance on the 2-point conversion. So that's 2 points that Pell City has. They should not definitely have. The Tigers went for it on 4th down, Doug, and gave Pell City a short field, which ultimately gave them the 3 points. And the Tigers trailed by 7 at halftime, but it easily could be a 2-point game in favor of Pell City if it were not for the 2-point conversion and the field goal the Tigers essentially gave them going for it deep in their own territory. But against Pell City, they had 5 penalties of their own, 31 yards of penalties against Pell City. So 63 yards against Eufaula, 31 yards against Pell City. We stand that it was a 7-point game here at halftime.
Yeah, and John Wayne did a good job of picking it up. It's just been number 4, Caleb Gross, that's killed the Tigers, and it's just that little adjustment the Tigers need to make. They're just sending him in motion or either drop stepping him on the outside and allowing him to get in that one-on-one by himself out there. But nevertheless, they've got something that's working, and they'll find something else. It's just all about making adjustments, and Tigers has not made the adjustments up to this point. So I'm sure they'll do it at halftime, try to come up with something, and let's just hope that Pell City can't find anything else. Tigers just need to keep doing what they're doing until that burst of yardage. The Tigers were well ahead of Pell City in the yardage department, but Pell City with that 70-yard touchdown pass and a 32-yard touchdown pass, and mostly all through the air pretty much, had them Gross throwed 1 pass for 9 yards, but in the passing department total for Pell City was 12 of 15 for 227 yards and 3 TDs. 258 total yards. They only had 31 yards on the ground is what I had them for. Eufaula, 24 for 144 yards and 1 TD on the ground, 4 for 9 through the air for 73 yards and 1 touchdown, 217 yards total. On the ground, it was the big number 35, which I didn't have him on my roster. I'm not sure of his name. He carried the ball a lot in the first half. Only one time, first quarter. Only one time in the second quarter, he had 5 carries for 28 yards. And for Eufaula, of course, it was Harris, who has 14 carries up to this point for 102 yards.
So 5 straight games over 100 yards for Red Harris. And, you know, the Tigers came out last week against Pike Road. Now, it's a different thing. Pike Road was hurting the Tigers on the ground. They made the adjustments and stopped the run game for Pike Road. But tonight it's through the air that it's going to be a bigger adjustment probably for the Tigers to try to stop. But it is only one player, one receiver. Did anyone else catch a pass for Pell City other than Gross?
I didn't have all their receivers that caught passes, but I do not recall anybody else catching.
So if it was only Gross, he had over 200 yards receiving in one half of football, which is something. I mean, he had a 56-yard touchdown catch, a 70-yard touchdown catch. That's 126 yards on 2 receptions, and then a 12-yard at the end of the first half. So 138 yards on 3 touchdown catches, and then he had several other receptions as well.
227 yards total passing in the first half by Pell City.
Yeah.
Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Eufaula High School football in the Brown Heating Air Conditioning broadcast booth after this commercial break.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Hey, we had a few technical difficulties there. We were off the air for a moment, but we were back. And themes late emerging from the locker room, which you see a lot of times on homecoming games. So it'll be
Keith, let's got one more thing we need to change here. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Hey, we're back at the Brown Heat and Air broadcast booth in Tiger Stadium. And it'll be the Tigers on offense to begin the second half as we see the kicker Blackstone booting them through from 50 yards away during the halftime warm-ups. But, it was a deficit last week against Pike Road. The Tigers never quite overcame, but they played much, much better in the second half, and it was the turnovers last week that really was the Tigers' undoing. They gave up big plays, big chunk plays against Pike Road. Those are on the ground, and just never could climb back up the hill after they dug the hole last week. Well, tonight the Tigers had the lead, a double-digit lead early in this game. They gave it up to Pell City, but it was Pell City only one player, Caleb Gross, that scored 3 touchdowns for Pell City in the first half. And the Tigers going to need to figure out how to contain Mr. Gross and reestablish themselves offensively here in the last 24 minutes of play if they're going to make this a good homecoming, a happy homecoming for the home crowd. So, Doug, I am surprised that whatever it was with their alignment, Pell City really found it in the second quarter. We didn't look at the stats by quarter, but if we did, Pell City had a substantial advantage here in the second quarter, stats-wise.
Yeah, it was just that one adjustment that they made, and they went to it over and over, and I promise you they're going to keep going in the second half until we show that we can stop it.
Yeah, the 70-yard touchdown pass. Yeah, they had Pell City put up 25 points. I'm sorry, 15 points. 15 points. They outscored the Tigers 15-0 in the second quarter.
All right, we'll get ready to kick off the second half here. We'll see how the Tigers can make adjustments. They need to make a few offensively. It was mostly Harris in the first half. He did go down, but returned to the game. I don't know if he's going to be 100% here in the second half. I'm sure he'll go. But the Tigers will receive the second half kickoff, and be sure to have your name in there for the $100 because that's what this one is for, a $100 bill if the Tigers return this kickoff for a touchdown.
It would be a good time for that as the Tigers definitely need some momentum here going into the third quarter. But on the last kickoff, it went to the goal line. He probably caught it about the 2-yard line, but he stepped back to the goal line before returning it. There's a kickoff. It's going to be a squib kick. It's headed towards the sidelines. Then we fielded at the 7-yard line by Steele. Steele up the sidelines at the 20. Breaks into the open field at the 30. The sidelines are going to catch him at the 35-yard line or so. We'll see where they spotted him out of bounds. About the 34 is where the Tigers will have their first offensive possession of the second half. And it'll be Anderson in the Tiger offense. It will be, looks like Slaughter will start off the second half. Torian Slaughter, Doug, at tailback.
Well, that's a big difference. I mean, Slaughter's a good running back, but Harris has had the hot hand the last few weeks. He has 102 yards up to this point tonight, but he's on the sideline right now.
So, shotgun formation for Anderson. Pair receivers to the left. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw a little curl route underneath. And it did look like the linebacker was there quick on Hugh. It falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
The Tigers come out trying to throw the ball right out of the chute. Second and 10 now. The linebacker, number 34, he sure looked like he was there early, but no flag.
is Slaughter at running back for the Tigers, and he will take it.
Courtney Upshaw was right in the official's ear on that far sideline, and we did something, and they threw a motion penalty immediately. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing anything as blatant as the slap and not being set on their offensive line, but they saw something and was right there on the officials. I mean, it makes it easy a lot of times in high school, the hash, when you can have the hash right in front of your bench the whole time. It puts you a lot closer to the game. You can see a lot of things, pick up on a lot of things, and it puts the Tigers in a hole 2nd and 15.
That was the 8th penalty against the Tigers on the night. 8 penalties for 68 yards. 2nd down, 15. Pugh shifts over to the right side. Shotgun snap by Anderson, looking to throw. He's going to roll. He's going to flush now to his left side. He throws it late, has a man there, but he can't get enough on it. That's a tough throw as you're rolling hard to the left, and you're right-handed quarterback trying to turn your shoulders and throw it back up the field. It was intended for Zakai Steele, who was down into Pell City territory, but that pass was wide and short. It'll be 3rd and 15. Not the situation coming out throwing, Doug, that you want with 2 incomplete passes. It's been incomplete passes that's kind of stalled the Tiger drives to this point.
Well, with Harris on the sideline, it's, I guess, their go-to. 5-man rush now for Pell City.
Anderson going to let it fly. He's got Antron Mitchell, who makes a great adjustment, but he's out of bounds, I believe. He caught the pass, but he was out of bounds. You know, we've done that a couple times. The pass is just, it was good. He was actually almost triple. It was double coverage, was another man in the area. It was basically triple coverage that time as they were throwing to Antron Mitchell, but 3 straight incompletions and a penalty on top of it for the Tigers. 3 plays, no yards, and very little time off the clock, only 32 seconds off the clock, is they're going to punt it back to Pell City.
Well, apparently we didn't make any adjustments on offense at halftime. Let's see if we made some on defense.
There's a snap. Anderson punted away. It's a wobbly spiral that will turn over, and he fielded at the 41-yard line of Pell City. So the Tigers will it was a I guess that's a 40-yard. Is that 40 yards or 30 yards on that punt? Anyway, either way, it's a 30-yard punt. But the Pell City with excellent starting field position, as they have enjoyed good starting field position all night.
Yep. We'll see what they have here. I'm sure they'll come out with something different here in the second half. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and they've thrown some wrinkles that give the Tigers trouble. Late man comes off the bench. That should be a penalty, as he was not even set, but they snapped the ball.
Gross is a quarterback as he's going to throw it down the field. He has a receiver there. Good coverage by Tony Coleman of the Tigers as they tried to change up things and put Gross at quarterback that time as he threw it deep down the field, incomplete, to bring up 2nd down and 10. 25-18, Pell City leads in this game, but only a 1-touchdown game. But the trend is not good if you're wearing red and white right now, as the Tigers have only scored 3 points in the last quarter and a half.
All right, they got the play guy in the center on the slot to the right.
5 receivers, empty backfield for the quarterback. The junior quarterback calls for the snap. He's going to throw it to a different player this time over on the far side. He makes a man miss. He's going to pick up 4 yards to the 45-yard line. Going against the tendencies of the first half, Doug. But 3rd and 6 now.
We'll watch here. This is probably a prime spot for him to put Gooch over there on that left side and try to flare it out to him over there, but he's going to line up at quarterback this time.
Caleb Gross, a senior.
Gross, yes.
Senior, he's going to roll to his right. Tigers are out there, but they throw it. It's complete to the receiver into Tiger territory. Number 5 for them,
14.
John David Probst. And it's going to be to the 43-yard line. That play picks up 12 yards and a Pell City first down all through the air. They continue to throw the ball to the Pell City Panthers. Tigers unable to adjust. It's going to be the Gitman Shook, the quarterback, the junior, will take it. He'll hand off to Bedford, the running back. This time Bedford with some running room inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards on that first down play. That's something they did not have late in the first half. The Tigers have done a good job of shutting down the run, but the pass has really opened up, at least for that run.
Not a lot of yards on the ground, but all that passing is going to open it up. 2nd and 4.
The junior quarterback hands off to his running back, Bedford, who's going to be tackled in the backfield this time. Good pursuit by the Tigers. It was the first man there was Goldsmith, who was unable to bring him down, but the second man there, Xavier Dennis, the junior, was able to bring him down for a loss of 5 on that play. Brings up a 3rd down and 9 from the Eufaula 42-yard line. The first down would come at the 33. It'll be 5 wide receivers, 2 left, 3 to the right. Empty backfield.
Here's where they like to throw that flare in front of their bench.
Takes a snap. He's looking that way, but now he comes back to the right. Good pressure this time by the Tigers. He's going to roll, throws it low, intended for Probst. It's good coverage. Actually, it was Jay Moss on the coverage that time. It's incomplete. It's 4th and 9, and a decision now for the Panthers. They're waving to stop the clock for some reason. I don't know what.
Incomplete pass.
Well, I know that, but I guess the clock was still running. I thought they were basically
expecting a timeout.
No, I thought it was a timeout. With the play clocks are back on, but they're not running. So that's a disadvantage for everyone involved here, including us. So 4th and 9. They're going to huddle up, a little short huddle, but now they shift into punt formation. It's going to be, I believe, Steele, who normally returns to punts for the Tigers. He stands back at his 10-yard line, which you're trained to do, to stand at the 10. If it goes over your head, let it go. Their punter's done a pretty good job tonight. He'll punt it away. It's going to be a wobbly tail dragging spiral that's going to hit at the 12, takes a Pell City, actually a Eufaula bounce, back to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over for their second possession here in the third quarter. Still 25-18, which was a halftime score. Each team has had the ball and unable to score. But the Tigers will take over once again inside their own 20-yard line, Doug. It's been this kind of field position all night for Eufaula.
I was just thinking that they're probably average 35, 40-yard line, average starting field position. We've got to be down around the 20.
Got to hand it off to a single back. It's going to be Slaughter, who stumbles forward for about 2 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Eufaula from just shy of the 20-yard line.
Definitely a different offense when Harris is not in there.
So Anderson takes. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw a screen for the Kai Steele, who breaks tackles. He's in the open field now. The 30, 35, 40, 45, breaking back inside. He's into plus territory, into Pell City territory, down to the 45-yard line. That is a gain of 35 yards on that screen play. It was just a great individual effort by Zakai Steele, Doug, as he broke a tackle about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage on the inside. He was able, once he broke that tackle, he broke to the outside to use that good speed he has and picked up a big chunk play for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the 45. It's going to be Slaughter. No, it's going to be Anderson keeping it on the quarterback keeper off the left side. He'll have 10. He'll have 12, 13, 15 yards on this play down to the 30-yard line on the quarterback keeper from the 45 down to the 30-yard line if they give him forward progress, which they pushed him back. They're going to actually spot him back a yard to the 31. So if that be the case, they haven't spotted it down yet. But that's going to be 14 yards. That cost him a yard on that run.
Still a 14-yard run. He only had 17 on the night and 5 previous carries. So good deal there.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. It is Torian Slaughter, the running back. He'll get it. No, Anderson once again, wide open field for Anderson. He stumbles, but he's inside the 20. He'll get to the 15. He's going to be pushed forward inside the 15, depending on when they blow the whistle is where they'll spot this down, probably around the 13-yard line, 13 or 14-yard line. Either way, it's going to be a 17-yard run. If it's the 14, it'll be an 18-yard run. If they say the 13, it's the 13. So 18 yards on the carry for Anderson. Back-to-back runs, and that's 32 yards for the senior Eufaula quarterback.
He made a great read that time on the pull.
1st and 10 Tigers from the 13-yard line. 3 receivers to the wide side right, 1 split to the left. Slaughter, the single back in the backfield with Anderson. Anderson calls for and takes the snap. He'll hand it to Slaughter. In the secondary, Slaughter into the end zone. Slaughter, touchdown Tigers with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. The Tigers are a point after touchdown away from tying this football game. Just a great run that time. Slaughter has good speed, just like his older brother, and he was able to weave his way through that Panther defense that time for 13 yards and get into the end zone. The Tigers that time went back to the ground. They had the 35-yard pass play to steal, but most of that damage that time on the ground, Doug. That drive began at the 17-yard line. That's 83 yards for the Tigers on that drive. 83 yards in only 5 plays.
That don't look like the crew that came out and went 3 and out just a minute ago. Great adjustment. So look down, Harris is actually on the training table now. They it looks like had been attending to his ankle, so he might have turned his ankle at some point. See his mom down there at the fence too, so we may not see Harris back in this game tonight.
You know, Doug, you definitely want to win the game with it being homecoming, but next week is the game that really matters on the road at Carroll. You don't want to risk further injuring that if it's something that that's not that serious that wouldn't keep him out of next week's game. Tigers in the salt and pepper formation. Be surprised if they don't shift over. They are shifting over into the conventional field goal formation. It'll be Cooper Wingate for the Wingate. The R.W. Wingate and Company point after touchdown is good. And we're tied at 25 with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. It's 25-25.
Lost the helmet again.
You know, you see that happen, seems like more so now than ever. I don't know what it is.
We like the announcers last night. We need to go into the chin strap business this week. Got to be a better way.
Doug, I don't have the season statistics. It's the 6th game of the year, so I certainly can't remember everything, but I'm not sure if that's Slaughter's first rushing touchdown of the season or not. I cannot remember. It very well may be. But it was a nice 13-yard run. The Tigers, the last 3 carries of that possession went from 14 yards, 18 yards, and 13 yards. So 45 yards on 3 carries. They averaged 15 yards a carry for the last three rushes. So
the 2 Anderson carries was because they were coming after Slaughter, I guess, because Harris had big gains all night. That time they were coming up hard looking for Anderson to keep the ball, and Slaughter was able to find his way into the end zone.
There's Wingate on the kick. It's a deep kick. This time going to go over the head. It's going to bounce inside the 10. He finally finds it. This Bedford at the 8-yard line. He brought the football. Eufaula has it. Eufaula has it at the 17-yard line. The second time that Pell City has coughed it up on a kickoff return when we kicked it over their head. They're looking for the pooch kick. Kudos to Coach Jernigan. A good call, burying it up on these special teams and going against the tendencies and kicking it deep. And great job by Cooper Wingate, showing a stronger leg than we've seen earlier this season. We've not let him kick it deep, but he is kicking it deep that time inside the 10-yard line. And the Tigers, the beneficiaries of another Pell City turnover. This time they'll take it at I believe the 16-yard line is what they'll say.
Great opportunity here for the Tigers.
6:45, still no time off the clock for some reason on that play. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 25. Tigers took advantage of the last turnover in only 1 play. It'll be Anderson taking it. No, he's going to keep it this time. He goes inside. He's going to hard running by Anderson, breaking tackles all the way down to the 5-yard line. That Pell City defense, who's done pretty good against a tough schedule this year, Looks like they're wearing down a little bit. The Tigers running game kind of imposing their will at this point. 11 yards on that run. The Tigers averaging in the last 4 carries over 10 yards per carry. Three receivers left, one to the right. Slaughter, the sophomore running back, in the backfield with Anderson on 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Anderson will take it. He's going to look through the fade route. There's a lot of hands on the receiver. No flags. There was nothing but hands on the receiver as the ball went in the air. The defensive back never turned around to find the football. All he was doing was hand fighting with the receiver, and no flag. 2nd and goal from the 5. But the Tigers trying to take advantage of another turnover by Pell City. 2nd goal from the 5. It'll be Anderson and Slaughter in the backfield. 3 receivers in the formation for Eufaula. It'll be Slaughter. He lowers his head. He's going to get half of the yardage he needs. He gets down to around just inside the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal. After we'll call it a 2-yard gain. In the 3rd quarter, 5:54 and counting.
Play clock's back working.
Tied at 25. It was 25-18 in favor of Pell City at halftime. Eufaula still with 20 seconds on the play clock as they come to the line of scrimmage. Still shifting players around. Now Slaughter will settle in to the left side of Anderson. He's going to go in motion this time. Anderson throws it inside on a shuffle pass. He's going to get right to the goal line. He falls into the end zone. Should be a touchdown. No, far side. They don't yet. They're calling it 4th down.
Oh, he fell.
John Wayne was right down on the goal line. Tigers going to bring in Jaquavius Moss. The Tigers went for it on 4th down earlier in the game and were successful. Yeah, John Wayne, can you tell us what happened down there?
Yeah, he fell just a little short of the goal line. His knee hit before the ball ever went over.
Okay, well, good then. Good call then. 4th down. It's very short. The Tigers going under center. Going to run the quarterback sneak. They're going to push him. The touchdown, Tigers. 4:41. 4:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers have scored back-to-back touchdowns for the 2nd time in the game, and they go back out in front by a score of 31-25 with the R.W. Wingate point after touchdown still to come. And Doug, turnovers were so big against the Tigers last week, but they've been the beneficiary of 2 tonight, and they paid off both of them with touchdowns.
It'd be all right if they give us a couple of more, too, because we've got a long way to go in this one. But a good job by the Tigers to fight back, take the lead here. 31-25 with an extra point yet to come.
Tigers will shift over into field goal formation. Be Cooper Wingate on the kick. There's a snap, the spot, the kick. Kicks up, kicks down the middle. Kick is good. 32-25. 14 unanswered points for Eufaula here late in the 3rd quarter of play. And from the Brown Heat and Air broadcast booth here at Tiger Stadium, the Tigers are leading again.
Let's go down to John Wayne. There was a lot of activity on the goal line that time. John Wayne, what went on?
Browning Anderson just took the ball and started up the middle. They kind of stopped him, and then the force of the Tigers just pushed him into the end zone. Good play by Eufaula.
You know, they changed that rule, and good for all these teams to use that. Used to, if you got behind a ball carrier and pushed him, or if you, I guess it's still a penalty if you get in front of him, grab him, and pull him. But if you're behind him and push him, used to be a penalty game the runner, but it's not anymore. And Tigers took advantage of that and pushed him right on in there.
John Wayne, we can see Harris with ice on his ankle on the sideline. Can you get us word maybe if it's just kind of cautionary or something more serious?
Yes, sir. I'll get you an update. All right. Looks like Coach is calling for the short kick.
All right.
The deep kick has worked pretty well. They're keeping them guessing here, so it'll be Wingate to kick the ball away. Pooch kick, once again, going to come down. Fair catch at the 28-yard line.
Good thing he fair caught it. Tigers was right in his face.
So 2 fumbled kickoff returns. Gives the Tigers a short field, and that kind of makes up for some of the poor field position on the night, Doug. The Tigers started at the 27 at the 16 following those fumbles.
I've seen some of the players coming over joking with Harris. I think he's just twisted a little bit, and it's going to be precautionary. Let's hope.
So Pell City, one back Bedford in the backfield with the quarterback who will hand it to Bedford. He finds some running room this time as he breaks a tackle or two, spins forward across the 35 out to the 30. They're going to give him a generous spot here all the way out near the 39-yard line, which is very close to a first down. He's 9 yards on that first down play.
And here's going to be a timeout for not exactly sure what. Oh, they're going to say first down, so give him 10 yards.
So 10 yards on that carry, 1st and 10, Pell City. They are trying to establish a run as it was almost exclusively through the air there in the first half. High snap.
There's that flare out.
Man, they're shifty on the outside as Bedford made a man miss, and he takes it forward for a 6-yard gain out to the 45-yard line. That's just a kind of extended handoff out to the outside. That's what they heard the Tigers on earlier in the game to Gross. This time it went to number 1, Bedford. And we had heard those were the two. Sarge told us that 1 and 4 were the two best players for Pell City, and he was right. Gross in motion back across from the right to left. They'll throw it to him on the outside this time. Ben Jackson came up and made the hit. He drove him back about 6 or 7 yards, but it's going to go down as a 2-yard loss on that play.
They didn't block him that time. I'm going to tell you what, good job there because they are trying to find a way to get him Gross and open field over there because I'm going to tell you what, you stand a better chance of catching a squirrel running away with a Snickers bar than to catch him once he's free on that sideline.
Third down possession play here, though, 3rd and 6 from the 43-yard line of Pell City. Late third quarter, Eufaula leading 32-25. 3 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter. Gross shifts out to the left side. Quarterback Nikita takes it, looking downfield. He's going to throw it off to his safety valve. His check down on the left side, and it's going to be head for a first down as he gets just into Tiger territory. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 50-yard line. Animation out of the Tiger coaching staff. I'm not sure what was done wrong, but a lot of emotion as that pass goes forward for 7 yards and a first down.
Well, credit that one all the way back to the Enterprise game. That one was just not covering the back out of the backfield. It's what killed us all night long in that one. We had 4 men with a good, hard, heavy rush and just come up a little short. 2:30 clock rolling now here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Panthers, midfield.
From midfield, looking to throw. Quarterback, very little pressure all night. We've not put him on the ground all night. He's going to throw it to one of the Tiger coaches. Ooh. They didn't have a receiver in the area. He was outside the tackle box, and I guess if the rule is the same as in college, then that would not be grounding. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10.
Threw it right to our defensive coach. He wanted to throw it back at him there for a minute, it looked like, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers from midfield. Clock stopped with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go. 7-point ball game, 32-25. The Tigers lead. Watch what they do with actually, Good's going to line up behind the quarterback here. We'll see where they shift him. He's going to go out to the right. Watch for that little flare pass over here.
Nikita takes deep. Pressure. They didn't quite get him, and the pass was low. And Eufaula's got a player down. He actually was rushed. Well, he just disappointed that he didn't make the sack. I'm just shocked that they do have a big offensive line, but the Tigers have had a very difficult time putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback tonight.
Well, they can't get off the blocks. They're engaging on blocks and staying on them.
Big play here, 3rd and 10 from midfield. Tigers lead by 7, and big play here to try to stop this Pell City offense here. with a 7-point lead. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to throw it out there. It's going to be caught. Instead of trying to deflect the ball down, we just went for the tackle, which is not a bad idea. It was intended for, and it was complete to Gross. That was a 7-yard gain, bringing up a 4th down and 3.
They just found a different way to get him open that time. A little out route, hook behind the other receiver is going to make it 4th and 4. They may go for it here.
I think they will go for it. Eufaula found something offensively on the last possession.
Probst sends in a big tight end, number 82. Now he's going right back out of the game. Ball right in front of their bench.
They're leaving
Tigers.
They're leaving in Nikita, the junior quarterback. They shift Gross out to the far side. They may just throw it up there to him. The Tigers giving him a pretty good big cushion. They are just going to throw it to him. Way too much of a cushion on the outside. We lined up 6 yards off the ball and then backpedaled off of that, and they complete the pass right in front of us to Gross. No secret who they're going to, and it's a 1st down.
Terrell's having a fit over here on the sideline. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out they're going to go to number 4. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Tigers.
Still in the 3rd quarter. Tigers lead by 7. They're going to hand it off to the back this time. Bedford inside the 35 to the 34. 4-yard gain. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. 45 seconds and counting after the 4-yard gain. It's been a steady diet through the air. Two rushes on this drive for Pell City that began back at their 29-yard line.
Their left guard
play drive already.
The last play really held Parker Simmons right in front of him. We'll see if they might get a holding call here in a minute.
He's going to hand off to Bedford. Up the middle, he's going to go down to the 30-yard line. About 2 yards short of his 1st down.
The last play.
That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Eufaula will head into the 4th quarter with a 7-point lead. They had a 7-point deficit at halftime. They outscored Pell City 14-0 in the 3rd quarter. They'll take a 7-point lead into the 4th quarter. We'll be back with that action after this commercial break.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula.
Back.
Hey, we're back. Pell City with a 3rd down and long 2 here from the 30-yard line of Eufaula. Gross is the quarterback. They're going to send motion out of the backfield. He's going to keep it off the right side. He's going to be hit, and he will not get his 1st down. He is going to be driven back, but he does get about 2 yards. He should be about a half a yard short. We'll see. They're going to call it, I think they're going to go ahead and call it 4th down. They do. So we'll give him 2. He needed about 2.5. It'll be 4th and 2.5. They converted a 4th down already on this possession. This has been a time-consuming possession, already about 5 minutes for Pell City, as that is already the 10th play. That was the 10th play of this possession. 4th and a half a yard.
They bring in a fullback and big number 90 that plays nose tackle to push him forward.
And he'll get his 1st
down.
down.
He breaks the pile, and he's going to go.
Good boy. That he just squirted out of there like a watermelon seed that time as he pushed through. 90 pushed him from behind, and he did take it all the way 29 yards for the Pell City touchdown. Gross with his 4th touchdown of the night. Here's the point after touchdown. It's going to be the kicker. It's up, and it's good. Good rush, but it was Blackstone. And we're tied at 32.
Let's go down to John Wayne on the sideline for our Benefield Heating and Cooling sideline report. John Wayne, what in the world that time?
Yeah, it was just a big bundle. Everybody thought they was pushing, and he squirted out like a watermelon seed. What nobody noticed is the first play of the quarter, the clock never moved. When that play started there, it was still on 12 minutes.
That's not the first time that's happened tonight, John Wayne. I've noticed it. That's at least the 3rd time that it's happened tonight. And I don't have a good vantage point of the clock where I'm sitting. I have to lean out to see it. So I think that's happened most of the nights.
Well, I can take the clock we had last time we was at home.
We might need those 8 seconds.
Yeah, we might. So, hey, that was the 11th play of the drive. 29 yards on 4th and 1. 2 4th down conversions on that drive alone. And Gross scores his first touchdown on the ground, but his 4th overall tonight. We saw a player last week score 4 touchdowns up at Pike Road. That was the receiver King, who also wore number 4. So we hope Carroll doesn't have a number 4 next week, because number 4s have scored 8 touchdowns against the Tigers in the last 2 weeks.
Well, they've got a way.
Deep kick. This time, someone told the return man to let it go. It goes into the end zone. The Tigers will get it at the 20-yard line, which is one of their better starting field positions of the night.
That's a rule I'm surprised has not been changed in high school ball. In college it is. And if you can kick it into the end zone, bring it out a little bit more. I don't know. It's just one of those I guess they hadn't brought up yet. But the Tigers are going to be 80 yards away from pay dirt. 11:52 to go in the 4th quarter play. We're tied.
This will be the 12th possession for Eufaula already. That's a lot. More than a typical game. 11:52 to go, tied at 32. It's been a good game, back and forth.
And we try to draw them off sides, but our left guard forgot, or left tackle, whichever it was, left tackle, and he took off early. It was a too quick clap, and we the ones that jumped off sides. So.
Hey, we weren't used to snapping it from the 20-yard line for our first snap, so we're going to go all the way back to the 15. That's more.
To 15. This has been a game of runs. One team will get on a run, the other team gets on a run. Let's hope the Tigers can find the momentum back here. 1st and 15 now for the Tigers.
I believe that's the 9th penalty of the night on Eufaula. Anderson keeps it. See how they've adjusted. They actually hold Anderson to about a 4-yard gain on that play. It was on the ground last time the Tigers had success. Pell City actually did a good job that time as the Tigers ran it back to the left side and did a good job holding Anderson to a 4-yard gain on that play.
If we can get some field position, maybe he can air it out here in a minute because they're really walking up to the line of scrimmage. There it is.
There's this pass down the field. It hangs up there, but
interference, and he caught it.
So I'm not sure if they tacked this interference onto the end of the play or not, but it was all the way from the 19-yard line down to the 44-yard line of Pell City. So that's 31 and 6, 37 yards on that pass play.
I'm not sure he didn't get robbed about a yard on the where he came down at also, but
so I can't recall. I know in college they declined the penalty, so I didn't know if you got that on top. I didn't think so at the other levels, but high school sometimes differs, but it will not be a penalty.
The official that got run over earlier was asking another official. He was ready to mark it off. I think he's still a little woozy from that shot he took earlier. 11 minutes to go, clock rolling now.
15. Anderson keeps it from the 44-yard line. He'll take it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So 6 yards for the senior quarterback, Brownie Anderson. Good read that time as he is without with Harris on the sidelines. He went down late in the first half. If you joined us late, he has not played here in the second half at all. It's
one play.
Yeah, one play. I'm sorry. Torian Slaughter has been in the game, the sophomore running back. It's been Anderson's legs. It's going to be a pass complete. Number 4, Antron Mitchell breaking tackles. Mitchell inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Just great individual effort by Mitchell. 23 yards, actually the 24 yards to the 14-yard line on that pass play. They snapped it from the 38 down to the 14. And 2 chunk plays through the air for the Tigers. 61 yards on 2 pass plays. 24 yards on that one. 37 on the previous pass play. First and 10 Tigers from the 14. It's going to be Slaughter. No, Anderson keeps on the keeper around the right end. He's going to dive inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. 8 more yards for Brownie Anderson around the end. It'll be the Tigers' second down and actually about a yard and a half. It would be officially 2 yards as it's short of the 5, and the first down comes at the 4. So second down, call it a yard and a half. Slaughter in the backfield with Anderson as he's reading this now, and he's going to hand it to Slaughter. Breaking tackles, he spun, and the young man running hard down to the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal after the 4-yard run by Slaughter.
You know, something we have not seen tonight, and that goes to just how big Pell City is up front, defensively and offensively. You haven't really seen the G-line go out there because they've got us outnumbered size-wise big time.
They spotted that ball back a whole yard. They initially spotted him at the 2. He is back closer to the 3 now, but it is first and goal. It's going to be Anderson keeping it into the end zone, standing up, untouched. Good job by the Eufaula offensive line against the much bigger defensive line of Pell City, but a lot of time the grittier player wins, Doug, and the Tigers' offensive line doing a good job there. Is on a 3-yard run, you don't normally see a quarterback go in standing up in between the tackles, but that is just what happened there, and the Tigers went back out in front, 38-32. That comes with 9:29 still left to go here in the fourth quarter. This has been a very slow game, 9:31 Central Time, as we still have 9 minutes and 29 seconds left to go.
Good misdirection, too, as they sent Slaughter one direction, left Anderson wide open for the touchdown. High snap, ball's down.
The ball's down, up and good, and the RW Wingate point after touchdown is good, and the Tigers went back out in front by a score of 39-32.
Well, what kind of adjustments do you make if you're the defensive coach? It was over here. I mean, I don't know. I guess I look at them and I say 6 of you cover number 1 running the ball, and 6 of you cover. It may work out better if we say about 4 of you cover number 1, and then 7 of you cover number 4 because we've had trouble containing him all night long.
The interesting thing, Doug, when the Tigers have scored most of the time, even all year, that was a 7-play, 85-yard drive. It only took 2 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock to move 80 yards. It's actually 85 yards because the very first play before the Tigers even snapped it, they got a 5-yard penalty. So the Tigers, 85 yards of offense on that possession and only 7 plays, 2 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock.
Well, we know it's probably coming through the air after this kickoff. 26 pass attempts on the night for Pell City, and it's 270 yards through the air unofficially is what I have them. 9:29 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Tigers back on top by 7.
That was Brownie Anderson's second touchdown run of the night. There's a Wingate pooch kick that's going to be a fair catch call for and made right at the 30-yard line is where they should spot this. We'll see. They'll move up, and they're going to say the 29. So I never can get it right. But Pell City, 71 yards away, 9:29 still on the clock. Doug, this is you called it a game of runs. It's been back and forth all night. Very exciting. You know, the Pell City, a 6A program, 1-3 coming in, but a very tough schedule they've played this year. A lot of size on that offensive line, very big offensive line. The athletes, Gross and Bedgood, have really been their main weapons all night. It is first and 10 from the 29. Gross at quarterback. He'll hand it to Bedgood. He'll break a tackle, a shoestring tackle. We'll have to see who that is getting up off the ground because he saved a really big play. It looks like Jave Williams with the shoestring tackle coming in from his linebacker's position. As it is, it's a 5-yard gain for Pell City. But that could have been a really big play.
He's just able to slide and pick his hole and go through. That means their linemen are holding their blocks exceptionally long.
2nd and 5 from the 34-yard line. Gross hands it off. Once again, it's a different player this time. It's
first carry for that one.
Yeah, number 3. And Eufaula tackles him after a 2-yard gain. They're going to mark him 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Now they mark it back. They're moving the ball around after they initially mark it. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And 3rd and 3 for them.
Big down here.
Big down with 8:27, the clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Eufaula leading by 7, 39-32.
Bedford and Gross in the backfield together. Dangerous combination.
Going to be a keeper by Gross looking to roll the outside. They're going to pitch it late. It's going to be the triple option and a first down. The first time they've run that tonight, it's a big play for them from their 36-yard line all the way up to the 47. So 11 yards on that play and a Pell City first down. Doug, that's a very effective play. The triple option out of the shotgun.
Well, there's a penalty on the flag. It's a block in the back against Pell City, so it's coming back. Take that 11 away and make it 3rd down all over again. They just kind of strung it out.
Well, where the penalty occurred, though, they actually gained a yard on that play, so it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 after the penalty.
So it's better another option. We got another shot here. Earlier, when they had another shot, they put 2 points on the board thanks to an official's giving them an extra shot there. I
hadn't thought about that recently. Eufaula should be up by 9 points here. Should be a 2-score game. Going to be a quarterback keeper by Gross. He'll have his first down as he crosses the 40 up to the 44-yard line. He picks up 6 yards on that play and picks up the first down.
Just purity, size, and strength up front. Makes it hard to stop.
A play like that, it's easy to say, hey, if that call was not missed, they definitely do not get the 2 points because it was a point after touchdown. There's a runner by Gross. He's still on his feet, breaking tackles as he goes down at midfield. It's going to be a gain of 6 yards on a play, unless the ball. I mean, there was a lot of activity.
It was late. It was after he was down.
Actually, they're going to spot it back to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on that play. But you wonder on something like that. I guess they wouldn't change it. But on the film, it clearly shows that there was no contact to the headgear on that penalty. That was a very bogus call on the failed 2-point conversion.
Tell John Wayne to send a towel to the other side as Rush is crying about something over there on the sideline.
2nd down 5. Going to hand it off to the running back, Bedford, this time. He's going to take cross midfield into Tiger territory. He'll be about a yard short of his first down. He picks up 4 yards. And it's a departure from what they were doing through the air, Doug. They've started trying to establish the ground game after the Tiger front has chased rushed the quarterback all night, trying to keep up with, trying to put pressure on him before he could throw it to Gross.
Same set a while ago that they squirted out and went for the touchdown on. 3rd and a foot.
3rd and a foot from the 47-yard line of Eufaula. They get in the G-line set.
Oh, they moved.
There's going to be movement.
They moved.
Cost them 5 yards.
And Rush doesn't agree with that one either. So, surprise, surprise. That'll make it 3rd and we'll call it 5. They'll bring the receivers back out onto the field. Big play here for the Tigers. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this ball game. Tigers lead 39-32. The Tigers have put up 39 tonight. Pell City's put up 30, and the officials put up 2.
Unfortunately, that's true. That is correct. Go back and watch. 3rd and we'll call it 6 from the 48-yard line of Pell City. Shotgun formation. Cover number 4. They're going to look to throw. They throw it. It's going to be intercepted.
Tigers.
Almost intercepted. It was intended, it looks like, for a different receiver that time, not Gross. It's going to be 4th and 6. Decision time for Pell City with 6:11 to go in the game. Looks like they're going to lead the offense on the field and go for it here.
It does, but with 3 timeouts, I don't know that I don't punt it deep. And not a lot of confidence in the defense there, I guess. But 4th and, It's just over 5. We know that after the 5-yard penalty. They're taking a long time here. Play clock just starting. They got plenty of timeout, but I'd be saving them.
Now they're going to go for it with no timeout. 4th and 6 from the 48-yard line.
Tiger fans to their feet.
They're moving Gross in motion. He shifts out to the slot on the right side. They're going to drop back. I hear some yelling. They're going to throw the pass. It's going to be complete. No, he dropped it. It was intended for Post, and he dropped it.
Uh-oh, watch out. Coach pulled his headset off. He might. There it went.
So turnover on downs for Pell City. It was a good pass by the quarterback. He hit his receiver, and it just was not to be. But a good defense by the Tigers that time.
And you know what? That's turnover at midfield. The Tigers gave it to them early in this game, down about our own 25-yard line. So good break there. Tigers could punch it in here. They may be in business.
6 minutes exactly to go in the game as Anderson keeps it. It was a late read. He's in the open field. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 6. Touchdown Tigers, Brandon Anderson, 48 yards on the quarterback keeper. It was a great read that time as he faked it to Slaughter. The whole defense went with Slaughter. Browning Anderson took it straight up the middle, broke it out to the left, outran the defense. You could see some speed by Anderson that time, Doug. And I didn't realize Anderson had that kind of speed as he ran away from the defensive backs. Of course, we know that Anderson played wide receiver for the Tigers the last 2 years, and he was used to running in the open field. That time, he just turned it on the Jets and took it 48 yards to go for the Tigers to go up by 13 with the R.W. Wingate and Company extra point still to come. There's a snap, the placement, the kick. Kick is up and good. 14 points lead for the Tigers. 46 to 32 in favor of the Eufaula Tigers.
Go ahead, John Wayne. Let's go down to John Wayne for the Benefield Heating and Air Conditioning sideline report. John Wayne, what do you got for us?
I tell you what, Anderson is doing an extremely job of reading. He knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him. When he hit the open field in, I didn't know the kid had that kind of speed either. I don't know that I could have caught him in the truck. He meant he was getting in the end zone. Good job by Browning Anderson.
Great job and a great read. He had everybody fooled. We appreciate that report from the sideline. Now back up to the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. Wingate will go out and with a kickoff. Still 5 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this game, but the big plus, Tigers up 46 to 32 now.
The Tigers will own the second half as they have held Pell City to one touchdown here in the second half, while the Tigers have scored 28 points for the Tigers. 28-7 in favor of the Tigers here in the second half.
Good adjustment so far, man. If you think about it, if we'd have made an adjustment on number 4 early, this would have been a runaway so far.
There's a deep kick by Wingate going field at the 8-yard line. It's going to be Gross taking it off the right side. It's going to be a good play out there to drive him out of the bounds at the 32-yard line. That was Jalen Wright for the Tigers doing a good job. One-on-one tackle out there on the outside against the dangerous Caleb Gross.
Yeah, good job not riding him too far out of bounds. This, you'll see a flag there in that situation a lot. It's going to give them the ball on their hash mark at the 32-yard line. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. We'll see what Pell City can come up with now on this drive.
That last touchdown run by Anderson was his 3rd touchdown on the ground tonight.
Yeah, put him up. They had too many men in the on the field. They run one off late, but no flag.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line of Pell City. And it's going to be the passing quarterback, the junior in the game. They're going to throw it down the sidelines. Has a man there. Good play by Tony Coleman to go up and bat that ball away. It was intended for Caleb Gross and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 32-yard line. 5:31 still to go here tonight. We saw the game last night with Thompson. They scored a touchdown and had a chance to kick a field goal in the last minute 10 of that game. So passing offense is never out of it. They're going to send a guy late. That should be 12 players on the field, but they're not going to call it, doesn't look like. Here's an empty backfield. Quarterback looking to throw. He has time. He throws it into no man's land. Intended for Gross, but the closest player there was Tony Coleman.
Coleman with another step could have got that one. 5:25 to go with the clock stop now. 3rd and 10.
You notice we're rushing 3 men, so.
Yeah, Eufaula playing extra men back, kind of like, I guess, a nickel defense, only rushing 3 men. So not a lot of pressure trying to get through those 5 big guys up front. But, well, I won't say it now. I'll wait.
So 3rd and 10 from the 32. They send Gross out of the backfield. He shifts over into the slot to the right. Quarterback takes it, looking to throw. He's going to have some late pressure. He throws it. Nice diving reception if he was in bounds. We'll see. They say he was in bounds at the 38-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th and 4 in a situation where you expect Pell City to go for it here. Clock running with 5:07 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Eufaula leading by 14.
That was after 4 incomplete. That's why I didn't want to jinx us, but they're going to take a timeout. They had thrown 4 incomplete passes. They're going to take a timeout on 4th and 4 with 4:57. Let's just keep it right here, Keith, because this is a big play in this ball game. We want to talk about it, and what would you do here? Tell us what you think, and maybe John Wayne can tell us what the coaches are telling them out there when we come back.
Well, I don't know, Doug. I mean, if I'm the defense here, you don't want to give up a quick touchdown. So I think you continue to do what you've been doing. And you may blitz one extra player, but you got to make sure you cover and don't have a misalignment. We gave up the big pass plays when we were not aligned, and they picked up an advantage. You know that they call timeout. Rush has got some play up his sleeve here if he calls timeout. So
I tell you what, I put at least 2 people on number 4 wherever he goes. Don't be surprised if they try to send him in some kind of motion, line him up in a slot, run the pick play, which you almost never see it called with a flag in high school football. So watch them trying to get him open somewhere.
Well, either way, there's 4:57 to go in this game. And you don't want to give him a quick touchdown. You'd rather get the first down than a touchdown on this play.
He's in the backfield.
Going to be the hand that Gross is going to keep. He's going to roll out. He throws it complete. It's a first down intended. It is complete to Probst out to midfield. So that play picks up 12 yards and a Pell City first down. If you're a Tiger, it does stop the clock with 4:49 to go here, but they still need 2 touchdowns to draw even in this game.
Probst dropped it on the last 4th down. He gathered that one in. I'm probably glad for him. He might would have had to walk home if he would have dropped that one. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
It's Gross at quarterback. He's played mostly receiver and done most of his damage on the outside. Looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep. He has a man running down the field. It's going to be tipped, and the Tigers cannot. They throw a flag. I do not know why
who?
I mean, I really don't know. That back judge threw the flag. Eufaula, they're going to call
replay.
They called interference on Eufaula. Let me.
Wow, I sure didn't see it on the replay.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably not a good call.
Well, it is from the line of scrimmage, but it gives them a first down.
So 15 yards on that penalty.
Wow, what a break.
Stops the clock with 4:43 to go. 1st and 10 from the 35.
Other quarterback back in now.
Gross is split wide to the left. They have late coverage, late help. They're going to throw it deep. It's going to be Ben Jackson. Ben catches it. Ben is sure-handed. He catches it at the 9-yard line. It'll be Tigers football with 4:35 to go. That was a great late adjustment. I don't know if you saw it, Doug, but they had Gross out here, single coverage on the cornerback, but a very late adjustment. And Ben Jackson saw it. He shifted out from his safety position over the top, and he was able to come up with that interception. So the Tigers with their 3rd takeaway of the night, and they have it 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. The Tigers can get a first down or 2 here, Doug. You can start singing, "Turn out the lights. The party's over."
A late
flag came down, and they hit a Tiger late as well.
Now they're Pushing and shoving going on out there. 4:28.
You know, Jackson, that was his first opportunity at an interception tonight. It was a couple of other young defensive backs that dropped interceptions earlier, and but Jackson that time came in and was able to come up with that reception. And it may be a long drive back up 165 yards north of Pell City for these Panthers that made it to the game tonight. It would be the Tigers running the all-time record, probably the only time these two teams will ever play.
Offsides, Eufaula. Personal foul, Pell City.
So the Tigers should benefit, I would think, unless they offset them.
Well,
normally a personal foul,
and it should be first down still. So
they're going to mark them off. It should be 1st and 10 Tigers from the 19-yard line when all is said and done.
Keith, you said 165 yards.
165 miles.
I heard that.
Hey, miles.
I think miles is a little further than yards.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. I drove that this week at 11, 12 o'clock at night going back. That is going to be a long ride home. Not a good way to get there from here.
But they may stop back in Auburn and spend the night. What you think?
I take that bet that they better have a room available with Georgia coming tomorrow.
Hand off. Up the middle, it's going to be Slaughter, a Torian Slaughter. Up the middle for 5 yards, make it 6 to the 25-yard line.
Slaughter's done a good job coming in, both hands on the ball, making sure he's holding on tight with the 40-second play clock. They have 2 timeouts left, but that goes a long way. I'm going to tell you what, this has got to be poetic justice. Not a lot of respect this week on the Croaches show, calling Jarrell, that kid from down there that played down there that's coaching. I think they took a little bit of that personal. Plus the comment earlier in the week, they made the comment about when he was at Valdosta and went back to Colquitt, that wouldn't happen again. And here was his next homecoming, and he's not going to come away victorious apparently here tonight either.
Anderson keeps it. He's going to break to the outside. Going to go slide down inside. They should keep the clock running here.
He doesn't say, so it should keep rolling. He didn't say stop it.
No.
Yeah, they did stop it momentarily, but now they keep it rolling. You know, the only thing here, Doug, we got a big region game next week. You don't want to risk a further injury to anyone by running. Anderson's had a great night on the ground, but big game down in Ozark next week. The Tigers go into that game 4-2 on the season after this win. They'll be 2-2 against these larger schools. Eufaula, of course, a 5A school playing the 6A Pell City tonight. They'll be 2-0 against Pell City as they went up to Pell City last year, defeated the Panthers. It'll be a victory here tonight on homecoming for the Tigers. With 3 minutes left to go, the Tigers up 14. It'll be Slaughter. He runs it up the middle. He'll cross the 30 up to the 31-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Tigers run it with the diminutive sophomore running back, but they pick up the first down. Keeps the clock running after they move the chains. 2:51 to go here in the game. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 32. 2 timeouts still remaining for the Panthers, but no reason to use them right here. It's first down.
Another one of those comments, Keith, that came back this week was how Coach Probst talked about they went the gauntlet the first four games, and now they were into a stretch of 4 or 5 games that they should win. I think it was, with the exception of Aniana or somebody, I think they were counting this one in the bag a little too early.
Yeah, that's right. And you got ignorant people that want to comment online that don't have a life, that couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. 34-yard line goes the sophomore running back.
I heard a late whistle from the other side. I don't see a flag.
They called a timeout.
They took their timeout.
You know,
from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth, it's been a very comfortable night. The weather's been perfect, been a good crowd. It's going to wind up hopefully being, we'll come down to John Wayne and find out the status on the sideline.
Yes, sir. The Tigers just need to grind out this first down, and they can run the clock out and put all the rumors and mouth running to bed. I tell you what, it's not just homecoming night here in Eufaula. It's homecoming weekend. There was probably 500 people down at Old Creek Town today tailgating, getting ready for the game, and it's been a great crowd here in Eufaula tonight.
We appreciate the report from the sideline. Start to say we'd take it, but they have one more timeout. We'll take a commercial break when they burn the next timeout.
So here we are, 2:04 away from the Tigers' 4th victory of the season. Big game next week. Back in 5A play. I started to say earlier the Tigers have played a 7A and 3 6As. And this year, three of those games on the road. This is the only game at home against a larger classification school. The Tigers are going to come out of that 2-2 on the season, Doug. And they'll be 4-2 overall as they won 2 lopsided games here at home in region play. They'll be on the road a big game, though, with the Eagles of Carroll. Carroll off tonight, so it'll be 2-0 in region play Carroll against 2-0 in region play Eufaula next week from Ozark.
Yeah, and they take their final timeout and bring up 3rd down for the Tigers. You know, there was a lot of folks tonight here. It was a homecoming. We didn't talk much about it, but I'm glad to see Courtney Upshaw back. He's on the coaching staff over there. I think a lot of Courtney. There was a lot of things. A lot of people liked Coach Probst when he was here, and then he left in not the best of circumstances. We'll just say that same way he leaves a lot of places, but it was a good homecoming. A lot of people really wanted a victory here, and looks like the Tigers are going to get one here tonight. But he has a great coaching staff. Pell City's really turning it around.
Oh, they are.
Look for them to win some games, and the next couple of seasons they'll be a team that a lot of people are paying attention to.
Well, you know, as we said, there were some off-the-field distractions here late in the week for the Tigers. It's an out-of-region game. It's homecoming. Tigers going to sail it down the field. It's going to be, just out of the reach of Antron Mitchell on 3rd down. The Tigers tried to put another one on the board, but that stops the clock and brings up 4th down with 1:48 to go, Doug.
A little surprised.
Kind of surprised with that play. I thought the Tigers would just try to run this clock out and keep the football. When you give it back up, you never know what might happen.
Yeah, well, it's a good shot. Take a shot there. Still 1 minute and 48 seconds. That's more time than Thompson had last night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So you never know. You
4th
never know.
and 4. Gonna punt it away. Here's the punt. It's a good kick. Going to come down on a fair catch at the 30-yard line. So 70 yards away. Pell City's already scored in one play from 70 yards out tonight earlier. But let's give credit where credit is due. The Tiger defense has done much better in the second half of slowing down Mr. Gross.
We talked about making adjustments. I was a little worried about our defense making some adjustments because everybody knows Coach Probst is very good offensively. Offensive mind in football is respected at multiple levels. And I wasn't sure we were going to be able to match adjustments as fast as he did. So far in the second half, kudos to the defense, the coaching staff. They've really done a great job of adjustments.
And you hope a game like this would help the Tigers when they get back in playing against 5A opponents. The quarterback has done a good job.
Ooh.
Boy, that's a big hit. Coming by the secondary, that was Jave. They're going to throw a late flag on that?
Well, that one's closer to a flag than the one with the shoulder in the gut.
But you know, but that is going to give them a 1st down with 1:37 to go. And he did not launch himself. He did not hit him with the helmet. He just made a good, solid hit.
But the problem was he made the hit right in front of the bench on the far side, and I'm sure was getting an earful. I mean, you know, you talked to
targeting.
They're saying targeting, so he has to come out of the game. So look for them to that takes away a defender for you fall in the secondary. Also, a 15-yard penalty. They'll take it out to the 45-yard line. 1 minute and 37 seconds left.
They have to sit out the first half of next week.
I don't think it's the same as college because they can't review it and go back and double check.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Still 1 minute 37 to go.
Turned up a little early.
Quarterback's going to run this time. He's going to go down. As they're going to throw another flag. We dove over him.
He didn't hit him, and our coaches are upset on the sideline. Now, if he would have hit him, I would agree with that penalty. But he dove over him. No, and they call him targeted, so he'll have to come out.
Oh,
He
man.
didn't even hit him. How do you get targeted and you don't even hit him? I mean, that's like sending a man to the death penalty for killing somebody and he didn't kill him.
I just don't understand why this happens over and over and
We haven't-
over at home.
We haven't seen this officiating crew, I don't think. Eufaula takes the time out here. They got to
1:30.
talk about it.
And they've got a great kicker on the other side. We saw a kicker last week. It's a little easier to kick onside kicks on an artificial surface, but they've got a really good kicker on the other side if they were able to score a touchdown here quickly. It's just a shame that both of those penalties were extremely questionable.
John Wayne, let's go down John Wayne on the sideline. I don't think he wants us to go down to him on the sideline. I see him waving his hand. John Wayne, you may have to go out there and have a talk with this man.
No, that's not what I need to do. You know, I'm speechless. I mean, the other lick over on the sideline right in front of the coaching staff, you busted. I mean, I know you're going to get – but he didn't even touch him. Even the policeman here turned around and said he jumped over him.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
The hit on the far sideline, I went back and watched it on the replay. He hit him with his hands. He came up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He pushed it. It was
He hit him square up. He hit him with a face mask like you taught to do. And this one here jumped over him, didn't even touch him. So I don't know. You know, I can't defend a referee when he makes a bad call.
30 yards of penalties keeping Pell City alive here with 1:30 to go. And they're going to throw a deep pass.
Intercept it up.
Did we catch it on the deflection? We did.
Man, you're terrible.
John Wade, could you see it looked like he caught the ball on the deflection? Did he not?
Put him back on.
He caught the ball. He caught the ball. He tipped the ball, but he caught it before he hit the ground. The ball never hit the ground. He had it wrapped up the whole time.
Well,
we just need to get this minute 20 out of here and send them up the road in the bus. What yellow bird?
Sorry, John Wayne. They're on charter buses tonight. So quarterback gonna go down. Go down.
Don't touch him.
Sack back at midfield, and believe it or not, there's not a flag on the field. The white hat kept the flag in the pocket that time. It's amazing that they didn't call a face mask or something, even though he had him around the waist.
Well, pretty easy tackle. It was hard. They're quickly back up to the line with 3rd and long. I don't know why the chains moved over there, but it's going to be 3rd and about 20.
3rd and 18. Quarterback drops back. Going to throw it this time. It's going to be tipped. Jaquavius Moss comes across and tips it. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down, or it should be. They say, 4th down now to 18 from the 48-yard line of Eufaula. 45 seconds left to go here, Doug. 14 points ahead. You feel a little bit better at this point, unless they score on this play.
I don't feel good until they throw an incomplete pass right here. We sacked the quarterback.
4th and 18. Junior quarterback, the passing quarterback in the game. Very difficult name to pronounce. They're going to throw a screen. It's complete to Bedford. Bedford, there's a flag goes down. Bedford will have a 1st down if the play stands, but there's a flag back behind the play at the 43-yard line right in front of the Pell City bench, and we'll see what this penalty – every penalty is going to get Eufaula here in the 4th quarter.
On a screen or something like that.
Ineligible. And that's right. I thought it was to the lineman when he first threw it because the lineman was actually downfield further than the receiver.
Correct.
I think so. Is that a dead ball penalty? I know at one.
I don't think you lose it down on that one. I don't know. Still 4th down according to the PA announcer, Mr. Rick Butler, so they'll get another shot. It'll just be another 5 yards back. I think it'd be a little worse than that, but call it 23.
Is the are we still online? It looks like we're stopped. Maybe wrong, but it looks like
no, we're on.
Okay.
It's on this other phone.
4th down, 23 yards to go. 34 seconds to go. Quarterback drops back. He's going to be pressured late. He's going to be sacked. That'll end it. That'll do it, folks. It'll be a 14-point victory for the Tigers over the Pell City Panthers. The Tigers won by 19 last year. It'll be a 14-point victory this year. So 1st and 10 Tigers from the 47-yard line. The crowd finally starts to filter their way out of the stadium.
17 seconds, 46-32. What was last year's score?
It was 54-35. 54-35.
Almost the same thing, but still, Tigers go into victory formation. And, folks, it'll be a very interesting game next week. Charles Henderson had a lot of penalties when they lost down at Carroll, but Carroll has a chance to at least share the region championship for the first time in a long, long time with a victory next week. So there'll be a lot of attention down the road in Carroll next week. But a great homecoming victory for the Tigers tonight.
As the clock goes to triple zeros, the Tigers are going to get out of here with a homecoming victory, 46-32 over the Pell City Panthers, and we wish them a safe trip back up to Pell City. And like I said, this is a game that probably will never be played again, as these schools are separated by 3 hours and a difference in classifications. And but the Tigers were able to best the Panthers in the last 2 years up there and here at home. And more importantly, Doug, this was a gut check game. The Tigers came out flat, did not play well early on, but then they got the 2 quick touchdowns to take a double-digit lead, only to get punched in the mouth by Pell City, who came back and took a lead of their own. But the Tigers won the second half as they outscored. It was 25-18 at halftime. The Tigers outscored them 28-7 here in the last 24 minutes.
Let's go down to John Wayne on the sideline real quick. John Wayne, you got it?
Yeah, I got Coach Brooks here with me, and we appreciate Coach coming back down here and playing again. I know the game didn't come out the way he wanted to, but you do a great job of coaching. We appreciate you being here, Coach.
Glad to be here, man. It was good. And good to get back and see some old players and friends and coaches. And so I saw a lot of people. I really did. So, it's been 26 years, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So
Make Courtney behave, man. I know it's a handful.
It's a handful.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We appreciate him taking time to talk to us here after the game. I'm sure it didn't turn out the way he wanted, and it's a tough year. You know, it's hard to turn a program around, Doug, in 1 year. You know, Steve Mask, who had won multiple state championships at St. Paul's, tried it last year unsuccessfully. You know, you've got 2 pretty good high school football coaches that have not been able to turn it around yet, but I'm sure there'll be some better days coming for Pell City.
I'm sure he'll turn it around. I wish him success. I'm glad it came out the way it did. We wanted that one bad, and wished them and Courtney great success now that we're not on the schedule anymore.
That's right.
They can win them all. Will be fine with us.
That's right.
We're going to go down to John Wayne one more time, and he's going to have Coach Journey
Congratulations, Coach.
On the sideline for us here in just a second. Is to get some John Wayne, talk to him about the adjustments they made. Just an outstanding job in the second half.
Yes, sir. Here he comes. I was having to find him. There's so many folks running around here.
Well, he ought to be the one with the biggest smile on his face right now after that second half.
Yeah, no
Good
doubt.
game, Coach. Hey, look at that smile. Y'all see that smile in that camera? Look at them boys up there. Great win, Coach. Great adjustments. I mean, Eufaula came out in the second half, and defense just focused on that one player that was hurting him, and they shut him down. And then Anderson did a great job of reading every play. I didn't know that kid had that kind of speed, Coach.
Yeah. Great job on my defense staff. Coach Rivers, they went in, made adjustments at halftime, and that's why I brought him in. You know, when I sat down and I hired him and interviewed him, and I liked some stuff he was showing me, so that's why I brought him in. And I'm proud of that defense staff and proud of him on the adjustments they made. But yeah, you hit on Brian Anderson. We know he can run, and we went in the halftime and told him like he could have to use his legs. You know, Red didn't play the second half. He got a high ankle sprain, mid sprain, but we got to get him evaluated because we need him next week for a region game. So we made a decision to hold him out, and so we told Brown that, hey, we're gonna have to lean on you. You got a sophomore back there with you, and a Torian Slaughter. And so I was proud of him too. He came in and gave us some big runs and big first downs. But we told Brown it's one of them games you have to run it for us, and then when we take our shots, we have to run down the field.
Yes, sir. Tigers did a great job, and the coaching staff did a great job of making adjustments. And for the guys to stand up and take over when Mitchell went out, that showed the guts that these Tigers have and the will to win that are in these young men.
Yes, sir. I mean, I've never once doubted my boys playing hard. I know they're going to play hard the fourth quarter for them. They've been doing that all year, and that's something we've been trying to build in them since I got this job here, and they continue to do that, so I praise them for that. But we got to cut down on the penalties. We have too many unnecessary penalties tonight. Late hit, targeting, and with quarterback sliding, you still going out trying to hit. So we got to go back to the film, and I mean, we got to teach them that right there. And that all comes back being disciplined.
That's right.
That falls on me too at practice. I got to get on it, and we're going to run for it Sunday.
I think when you watch the film, you're going to question a couple of those targeting calls. They were good hits, especially the one on the 2-point conversion. But the bottom line, Tigers got out of here with a huge win, and we're ready to go back into region play next week.
Yes, sir. It was a big win for us. And, we travel down to Carroll next week for a region matchup. And we need everybody's support. We need a big crowd down there to cheer us on. We're a hostile environment with 2 good teams going at it. So we need everybody down there. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. And go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Back up to you.
All right. Hey, congratulations, Coach Jernigan, who can't hear us now. But, man, the halftime adjustments, Doug, we talked about it. They were big at Pike Road, and they were big again tonight. Pike Road scored a defensive touchdown, a pick six last week. Pell City only put up 7 points here in the second half after they had thrown the ball like they did. So, 13 points in the second half the last 2 weeks against 2 6A schools, one on the road, one at home. If the Tigers can continue to make those kind of adjustments at halftime, that bodes very well going forward this season.
Make some adjustments. Be ready. Hope we got Harris back next week. And Browning Anderson stepped up big time. Don't be surprised if he's getting one of those alpha footballs coming up. I just did some rough numbers. Of course, we're unofficial, but between rushing and passing, had him for 302 yards tonight. So
big game
night.
for Browning Anderson, the senior quarterback. And what we don't talk about enough, Doug, is this is his first year playing quarterback. I mean, he never played quarterback at any level, Pee-wee, junior high, JV, or anything. Played receiver the last 2 years, starting receiver for the Tigers as a junior and a sophomore, and made some big catches. He made some big catches up at Pell City last year, but to transition into quarterback, to show the accuracy on the arm, the awareness, and the running ability to read that option. That I guess it's more of a zone play, but to read that, to know when to give, when to keep, he is really developing as the season goes along.
The first drive or two, they did something a little different that just had our whole offense a little bit off, but they did a great job settling down. And man, he dropped some dimes there at a couple of points in the game that Dan Marino couldn't have threw better in his day. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better pass.
Well, he definitely dropped it down the chute on that touchdown pass, 27 yards to Antron Mitchell after the first fumble to kickoff return. But great game by the Tigers. Hope they enjoy homecoming. We thank everybody that came out. It was a good crowd for the Tigers tonight. Saw a lot of people out here that hadn't seen in a long time that came in from out of town for homecoming, and they saw a good football game. The fields have been in great condition. The Tigers played a good second half, and anytime you put up 46 points, you've done a pretty good job.
Go enjoy homecoming. Go out and roll Keith's house. Just whatever you feel free to do.
But anyway, don't take that advice. But at any rate, next week we'll be on the road. It'll be a 6:45 pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff from Ozark when the Tigers travel down to take on the Carroll High School Eagles in a Region Number 2 Class 5A showdown between the two teams ranked are actually tied for first place in the region play. Of course, it'll be a 6 o'clock Thursday night coaches show, the Chick-fil-A of Eufaula coaches show.
We should have a little bit of an edge because we got one more victory now, so maybe we'll be listed above them. One more game.
Well, C comes before E in the alphabet, so they probably will have them listed first. But either way, we win next week, the Tigers will be in sole possession of first place. So big game, but Carroll had a great year so far. Their 2 losses to Dothan and to Navarre, so they played a pretty tough schedule as well.
3 big games coming up in a row for the Tigers. Need all 3 of them, but you got to have the first 2.
That's right. So we appreciate you joining us tonight. If you can't make it to Ozark next week, you can listen to us right here at the same place. For John Wayne Robinson, Charles Irvin, Doug Applin, I'm Keith Brown, wishing you a good night and a great weekend. Till next week, go Tigers.